Hi Pile 1, welcome back. My name is Michelle. Today we're doing another pick a card love reading. This is going to be the Confusing Connection love reading. It's one of my more detailed, more in-depth readings on this channel. Usually these readings can be 45 minutes to about an hour long, so just hunker down, go get something to drink. You know how it goes. If you want to know all of the questions that I'll be asking for this reading, just check the description box. I'll put the outline there. Otherwise, just feel free to, kick back and enjoy the reading as it unfolds, all right? So I do have this exact reading available as a personal reading if you would like for me to exclude all other people's energies and just tap exclusively into the energy of you and your person's connection. Just check the description box below. It's called Confusing Love Connection. There's payment plans available for those of you who would benefit from those. There's also a lot of other $25 readings available in the specific person category because this is a general reading, okay? So, it's very natural for some things to resonate and for other aspects of the reading not to resonate. So just take whatever resonates, leave behind anything that doesn't. And we're just going to get on your guys' reading. So you guys were drawn to the Rainbow Fluorite point. We'll put that back over there. I'm going to get the overall energies of the connection. Okay, this says engagement, and it says your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. But then we also have not for you. Okay. Now I'm going to be 100% transparent with you guys, all right? When I was shuffling the decks for these overall general energies, the first one I got was engagement, and I was getting pumped up for you guys, like, oh cool, right? And then when I went to the second deck to get more energies for it, and then not for you came out, I was like, oh, what? That escalated. that took a turn like real quick, right? That's a sharp left turn. And I'll be honest, I actually was like, maybe, I needed to clear the energy, just to see what happens. And so I actually put not for you back in the deck, and then I pulled, I reshuffled the deck, and then two other cards came out. One of them was Orphaned, and the other one was TikTok. Okay, so basically it was like, no, this is exactly what needed to come out, because Orphaned and TikTok was talking about shifts, even though what you're going through now, not knowing what's going on. Orphaned obviously talks about feeling alone and abandoned in a connection. So I'm like, no, this needed to come out for this specific reading. And so I'm like, okay, fine, we'll just go with the original not for you. I know that those two, hold on you guys, did I leave that in there? I did. Give me a second. And I'll be honest, Pile 1, I haven't even pulled the rest of these cards for the other two decks yet, because this energy is so strong. It's like it's not going to clear out until I do this reading. And so this doesn't happen often at all. And so what I'm going to do is give you the messages, because we got not for you. So that's the number 6 that came out. I do feel like this is relevant for you guys, right? I feel like a lot of this reading is going to focus on you and your energy and, clearing out maybe, attachments and aversions and stuff like that. We are obviously going to get into how your person feels for you, all right? So we got not for you. The book says a clear knowing that something is being denied to you. And then it has the quote that rejection is God's protection. So as it relates to a relationship, it says some relationships carry an innate seed of failure in them that is obvious from the beginning, but the red flags escape your observation or you refuse to acknowledge them. When a relationship is not meant to be, it is not possible to make it be. Rejection is a sign that you're being protected by the divine. If you are The one who must reject another, remember that you do so for both of your sakes. For every pot there is a lid. This particular pot may not be the best fit. Okay. I will go through, let's see, the other one was orphaned. I'll read TikTok first, because those did two come out and I know they're relevant to this message. Let's see, 112. Give me a minute, you guys. TikTok says timelessness, divine timing, immeasurable time. And as it relates to a relationship, it says love, the fulfillment of desire, and even the body's reproductive cycles have their own timetable. Some things are preordained and cannot be coerced. Everything has its season, its divine and appropriate timing, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. Remember that you always have enough time for love, to find love, to nurture love, to give and receive love. Its clock is eternal and ticks according to the beating of your heart in perfect rhythm. Isn't that wonderful to know that love is always right on time? And then the other one was orphaned. And so this is feeling like, your higher self, the universe's way, your spirit guides' way, source or God's way of letting you know, like, overall the energies of this connection, it's a big blaring, like whoever you're thinking of, the love connection, it's like they're not the one. Okay, that's the overall energy that's coming up, as a general message. And you may even know this, you might feel this on a deep internal level. And I'll be honest, this is the first time that this kind of a message has come through just in the overall general energy. It's like comfort is coming through for you, right? Messages of comfort and encouragement, and just letting you know that even though you may feel very strongly for this person, that your time is coming. Like it even says, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment, but it's not going to be with this person. This person is not the one, okay? Period, point blank. Like I said, this is going to resonate for those of you where you already kind of, this on a very deep level, but there may be it may be very difficult for you to release the attachment that you have to this person. And for those of you that don't really know or get what attachment is, there's a difference between having a connection and a bond with somebody versus having an attachment, okay? Attachments can very easily mimic connections and bonds. And, now while sometimes bonds and connections can actually be there and maybe even morph into an attachment, to the point of, like, if you heal the attachment to a person, the bond and the connection will be there. The same is not true as an attachment. Attachments can very, very easily mimic a bond and a connection. And, it happens quite often when a person heals the attachment itself. They actually realize there never was a bond and a connection there in the first place, right? It was always an attachment mimicking a bond and an attachment, a bond and a connection. So what's coming through with, as far as the overall energy of this connection is like, it's a big glaring, it's like a neon sign, huge red flag is what's coming up. And your spirit team, your guides, God source, your higher self, everyone's coming through letting you know this person is not the one. They're not the one. Okay. Love is still out there for you. And it even says your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment past this person, right? And so as you continue to heal and to ascend, it's like this person is no longer going to resonate with whatever life path that you're on. And so it's in your best interest to let them go, okay? And yeah, there's a healing process that might need to be gone through. There's, a grieving process that might need to be gone through, and if you don't know how to heal attachment, because grieving is natural, but when there's an attachment involved, and yeah, for those of you, like, this is the difference between, here's a bond, right? This is a bond and a connection. It's really loose fitting. It's mutual. There's energies going back and forth. You know what I mean? This is attachment. This is why attachment, you know, even if it starts off as a connection and a bond, an attachment cuts off the, you know, energetic circulation in that connection. And so regardless of whether or not there is truly a bond and a connection underneath an attachment, as long as the attachment's in place, the connection would never work with this person. Okay, look at how the circulation is being cut off because of how much, you know, you're clinging to that person. Or, you know, and it usually, when you have an attachment like that, you usually have someone that's clinging really hard to hold on to it, and while you have the other person trying very hard to like get away, right? And so whether you're the one who, you know, has up until this point been clinging to this person, or you've been the one trying to like get away, either way, it's an attachment. And the flip side of that is going to be an aversion, right? But for the vast majority of you that's coming in, the energy I'm picking up on is that you're the one who's more in the cling energy, okay? And nothing that's, if you know anything about attachment styles, insecure attachment styles, you've got like anxious attachment, which would be the one that's clinging, right? And then you have fearful avoidant, which can take on properties of both, you know, anxious and avoidant, just depending on the relationship that they're in, okay? But for the vast majority of you, you're coming through as the one who is more on the, like, you know, holding on to this connection for dear life. And that stems from, you know, a wounded ego, right? A wounded inner child. And if you are doing the work in releasing that attachment, you know, you'll find out really what this connection was made out of, whether there really is a connection and a bond there, or if it really was just an attachment fueled by abandonment wounds, attachment issues, wounded egos, things of that nature. Okay. Wow. I had to do this reading before I could even progress and even getting the general energies for the other two groups, because the energy was so strong here. It's like I'm not going to be able to clear it out until I actually do the reading. Okay, you guys. So I really do feel like a lot of healing is going to be coming through for you guys. Just the fact that we have this coming up, opening the reading. For those of you that don't know how to clear away attachments, how to do shadow work, how to release and dissolve triggers so that they're never in your energy. You know, if you know anything about manifestation, you know, when they talk about we manifest what we are, you know, and a lot of people misunderstand that, okay? Because if you are an empath and you are manifesting narcissists into your, you know, into your experience, it's like, I'm not a narcissist, so why am I like drawing narcissists to me? No, it's more different than that. It's like, you know, if you're somebody that's coming from a wounded ego that says, you know, I need validation, I crave companionship, but it's coming from a place of a void. It's like, I need love because I don't feel like I'm loved already. That's what you're manifesting. So you're manifesting, you know, partners and relationships and connections and experiences with people that continue to make you feel unloved, continue to make you feel abandoned. That's what we mean when we say you manifest what you are 24/7 in your deepest. Like, so, you know, if deep, whether you're consciously aware of it or not, you're going to manifest relationships. I mean, relationships are our greatest mirrors, right? Greatest mirrors. They show you what's in the deepest, darkest recesses of your mind and your subconscious. And so if you're continuing to manifest experience with this specific person and just relationships in general where you're feeling abandoned, because again, orphaned came out, right? When I tried to reset the energy, just thinking maybe it was just me, orphaned came out. And so there could be a deep-seated abandonment wound, you know, in your energy, pile one, that is, you know, and so when it says that your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment, that's going to come as the result of healing that abandonment wound and, you know, any subsequent attachment issues. All right. But what's coming through in terms of like your relationship and your connection with the specific person that you have in mind right now, you know, that person is basically like your shadow perfectly incarnated for a lot of you. Like you're, you know, like if you were to take your shadow and project it onto a screen, it's like that's, and put a face and a name to it, that's your person, okay? And so that's why it's like in the version that they're in right now, they cannot be the one for you. Because the person that you're healing and the person that you're becoming, someone that is completely and fully whole, you know, that person cannot reflect a healed you. I hope that makes sense, okay? All right, so we're going to go on with the reading. We're going to get into your person's energy and find out exactly what they're thinking, how they're feeling. What we first are going to ask is, where do you stand with your person? Pile one's person. Where does pile one stand with you? Pile one's person. Where does pile one stand with you? Ooh, that came out in the reverse. Twin flames. Ooh, in the reverse. I'll clarify these two. Where does pile one stand with you? These are all flipping out in the reverse. Look at that. All these cards, you guys, are in the upright position, but they're flipping out in the reverse, okay? Where does pile one stand with you? We got the golden mirror that's flipping out in the reverse. They're not okay. You guys, your spirit guide team, your higher self, God source, they're with me. They're heavy with me in your reading right now. This is all about healing and transcending. So they're not letting me progress more in the reading until I get the message out that has come up so far. Many of you may have thought that your person was your twin flame. Many of you may have thought, and really what's coming through, because there's not a shadow card in this deck, okay? With wedding rings at the bottom of the deck so far, this could have even been somebody that you were either married to, or you know, you may have talked about getting married to. But so far we got twin flames in the reverse, and then we got the golden mirror, but it's also showing up in the reverse, which is actually a good thing, because I feel like the cycle is breaking, okay? I will clarify, you know, because we do have a card in this deck that talks about a karmic relationship, but twin flames came up in the reverse for some reason. Okay, we'll get to it in a second. The golden mirror in the reverse, you know what? So you're learning a lot from the connection that you have with your person, right? You're learning a lot from them. Like I said, this person essentially is your shadow, like incarnated. Is your shadow, like personified, right? And so you're learning, because like this relationship really was a vehicle of you learning a lot about yourself, things about yourself that needed to be healed. It was essentially taking every single wound and issue that you had and plastered it onto you know, a screen, right? An interactive screen for you. It's like all the pain that this person may have triggered was just them showing you, you know, you to yourself, right? They were reflecting you back to you. And I just posted a video, a small little short on my other YouTube channel and my TikTok, and it says life isn't against you, it's reflecting you. And you can essentially plug your person's name in there too, right? Like say if your person's name is Jeff, all right? Jeff isn't against you. Jeff is just reflecting you. And if you will look at this person as they're just your shadow personified, it can really help you to disconnect from what is happening with them or not happening with them in, you know, in the 3D, right? Because really the 3D is just a mirror. So it's going to help you, you know, really work through a lot of the triggers that are being, you know, activated at this time. but with the golden mirror in the reverse. So in the upright position, this is self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship, love bombing, but this is in the reverse. So your person is also learning a lot from their connection with you, okay? So again, this is where you stand with them. Where you stand with them right now, pile 1, you are also teaching them quite a bit about themselves. Your person is seeing themselves finally. They're seeing themselves finally. Like, they're seeing how self-absorbed they've been. It's like that mirror has turned from you to them. And so they're also seeing how narcissistic they've been, how self-absorbed they've been, how bad they've been. It's like their eyes have been awakened, you know, to the truth as well. Okay, so this mirror goes both ways. They were reflecting you back to you, but you were also reflecting them back to them. Like, you know, so you kind of saw like how you took over that codependent, you know, empathic, maybe people pleasing energy, and they are seeing how they've taken on, you know, a very energy draining, mean-spirited, you know, they're seeing the error. Both of you guys are seeing the error of your ways in this connection. You may be seeing where, you know, you gave too much to your detriment. You weren't, you know, honoring any of your boundaries if you even set them. They're on the flip side of that coin. They're seeing where they took too much, where they did you wrong. You know, they may even be suffering. I'm hearing some of your person might even be suffering from some kind of karma because of that. You know what I'm saying? But let's get, okay, so now that I got that energy out, let me get one more. Where does pile 1 stand with you at this time? Pile 1's person. And this one's in the upright position. The sword and the rose, they're very clear. Oh my gosh, we got clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, and power. Your person is very clear now, okay? Very clear. We are going to clarify. Tell me why twin flames is here in the reverse. Tell me more about twin flames in the reverse, please, about where pile 1 stands with you. We got the sun in the reverse and the temperance in the reverse. God, this is heavy energies, you guys. This is all major arcana, okay? Twin flames in the reverse. It's being clarified by the sun in the reverse, temperance in the reverse, and then judgment, okay? I'm going to say it, okay? Whether you believe in the twin flame dynamic or not, okay? If you do believe in the twin flame dynamic, this is confirmation that this person, you know, for you, that this person is your twin flame. But if you don't, right, this is just confirmation that your person felt that intensity with you, and that dynamic that they felt with you was one of a kind, cannot be matched, cannot be experienced anywhere else. And this could have been them kind of flipping their, you know, not recognizing it on purpose, okay? I'll figure out how this goes with your person in terms of where they stand with you, but with the sun in the reverse and the temperance in the reverse, this is them not honoring the connection that they had with you, this twin flame-esque connection with you, because of their lack of healing, their own imbalance. That can be why this is in the reverse, is because of their own imbalance. They weren't able, because when I think of twin flame connections, if you think about 2 twin flames coming together that are healed, right? 2 people that are perfect for each other, just in their core energy, coming together, they're healed, they're not operating out of any abandonment wounds, attachment issues. Oh my God, it could be beautiful. It could be the stuff of fairy tales, right? But the balance in this connection was thrown off. And so how is this, what does this have to do with pile 1, for where pile 1 stands with you? They're seeing it now. Yeah, they're realizing. I don't know if this is bringing up their own abandonment wounds, because that's the Five of Pentacles there. This almost is giving me energies pile one where your person, sorry, this is giving me energies pile one where your person is almost kicking themselves because now they're awake to what they had, right? Twin flame-esque energies, twin flame-esque bonds and connections are unmatched. You cannot, you know, they might try to duplicate the feelings that they had with you. Now, I'm not saying this person is your twin flame, but what I'm saying is they experienced something with you that they've never felt before, that even to this day that they haven't felt before. We got the golden mirror in the reverse, and then we also have the sword and the rose. They're very clear about it now, and they're almost kicking themselves about it. With the sun here in the reverse, it's like they're now realizing, like, even in their imbalance, things were good. Even in their toxicity and in their narcissism, the connection and what they felt with you, they see it as good. And they're realizing, like, it could have been so much more better had I not messed it up, had my own imbalances not, you know what I'm saying? And so there is a level of self-awareness here coming through from your person. You know, the golden mirror in the reverse, I mean, that could be literally them maybe, you know, even healing from their narcissistic ways. For people that are always like, oh, narcissists can't heal, you know, I'm somebody that's a co-creator of my reality. If I'm creating everything around me, then I even created the narcissistic paradigm. But if I created it, then I can also uncreate it, right? Y'all need to look up the law of assumption if you don't know anything about it. Go check out my other channel. It's called, well, I changed it, but it's going to be listed in the description box below as your wish fulfilled. Just go click on the link. It's all about, you know, the 3D is nothing but a mirror, okay? And if you believe that a narcissist can never change, then a narcissist can never change. But if you believe that a narcissist can heal, because if you think about, you know, now I'm not talking about sociopaths and, you know, psychopaths and stuff like that. I'm talking about, you know, the people that are narcissists because of their own wounding and their own abandonment wounds and their own issue, you know, stuff like that. I believe that they can heal. You know, now I don't know about sociopaths. Right? But for those of you where your person, you experienced them as a narcissist, or they had at least very heavy narcissistic tendencies, your person is healing, right? This connection, you know, that they had with you is forcing them almost to heal. Yeah. Oh, Five of Cups, the Empress, and the Lovers at the bottom of the deck, you know? Yeah. So with the twin flame dynamic, and I'm having a hard time really sussing out why this is where you stand with them. Though what I am picking up, though, is regret. I think that's why that's coming up in the reverse, is because it's letting me know that your person feels a certain type of way about this twin flame-esque dynamic with you. It's like they really fumbled it, right? They feel bad about, because, you know, with the sun in the reverse position, that's letting me know it's like your person is understanding and realizing that, you know, even when things were really bad between the two of you, the connection and the chemistry and the passion was unrivaled. And it's like, if it was that good, as toxic as things were, imagine what it could have been had I been a safe space for pile one, right? Had I made myself a space for pile one to thrive rather than have been like, you know, toxic to them. You know, they kicked you into survival mode as opposed to thriving mode, and your person is actually understanding and realizing that. And so they're almost like, really, you know, this could be even keeping some of your peoples up at night, you know, because they're starting to realize the part that they played. I feel like a lot of you, pile one, believe it or not, right? Believe in miracles. Your person is actually waking up out of that narcissistic like slumber where they're starting to see things very clearly. They are starting to see how, you know, their own belief systems really skewed their sense of reality when it comes to you. And what I mean by that is, you know, our brains, if we have a certain conviction, whether that conviction is true or not, whether or not that belief is true or not, your brain will produce, it will either focus on the wrong things and hyperinflate those things to prove to yourself that that conviction is true, or it'll make things up altogether. Okay, your person is now out of that slumber, and they're really starting to see how much of an illusion they were actually living in when it came to this connection. They were not seeing things clearly. They were not seeing you clearly at all. They weren't seeing you for what you were, and that would be this energy here of the twin flame. You came up as the Empress to them as well. Okay, and so they weren't seeing you clearly at all because their own programming wouldn't let them. Their own wounding wouldn't let them. Now they are, and they're kind of like, you know, kind of beating themselves a little bit. Now, I'm not seeing like the energy of them beating themselves up, but there is, you know, like that Five of Cups came through. They're very disappointed in themselves. Some of them could even be in the throes of some depression with that Five of Cups energy that came through. Very heavy regret coming through, regret, guilt. So yeah, that energy did come through with the Five of Cups. They're almost kicking themselves. Okay. Tell me more about the golden mirror for where pile 1 stands with you. Ooh, the Lover. You guys, they are seeing where they did not do this connection justice. They did not choose you when they should have chosen you. With the Lovers in the reverse here. They did not see, you know, the Lovers in the upright position, that's soulmate energy. You know, that's very heavy soulmate energies, but that's in the reverse again, okay? Could even be mirroring this twin flame energy here. They did not recognize this connection for what it truly was because they had their own shadow self that they were battling with, and now that they're healing that shadow part of themselves, thanks to you, right? Now they're really starting to see this connection for what it truly was. But there's this energy here of it's like your person like kicking themselves because there's almost this energy I'm picking up on where it's like too little too late. And so I don't know, you know, if you guys, pile 1, have done quite a bit of your own healing and you've been healing the wounded, you know, you've been healing, you know, your abandonment wounds and attachment issues and stuff like that, because your person is almost in this energy of like, there's no going back. It's like they realize the truth of this connection too late, and there's a sadness that's coming through in that realization. There's a regret there coming through in that realization. Yeah, with the Knight of Swords, they were a little bit reckless, maybe a lot reckless with this energy, but I feel like with them healing, because, you know, the Knight of Swords in the reverse position would have been more of that narcissistic, reckless kind of an energy, like, but I feel like they're healing through that. There's air energy coming through, so your person could have been, had a lot of dominant air energy in their chart. Specifically Gemini with Lovers coming out, but there's also Libra and Aquarius. Queen of Cups. Their heart chakra was blocked. They were not seeing things clearly. Yeah. That Queen of Cups in the reverse could be you. Like there's some love lost here. Like it's just not the same. Yeah, there's this energy of your person realizing like they did too much. They did too much. It may have forever altered the fabric of your guys' connection where it can never go back to what it was prior to that Tower moment. The Sword and the Rose, what's that about? Tell me more about the Sword and the Rose, where pile 2 stands with you. Did I just say pile 2? You guys, I meant to say pile 1, but pile 2 has been coming through heavily in your guys' reading. I haven't even filmed pile 2 yet, so if you are drawn to pile 2 at all, maybe go check it out. I haven't even done that reading yet, so I don't know what's in it. We got the star. You guys, they're still holding out hope that maybe things can work out with something in this connection with you can work out, but we'll find out more. That's Aquarius energy there. The Hanged Man, that's Pisces energy. It's coming out in the reverse position. They are. Pile 2, where you stand with... pile 2. Pile 1. Pile 1, where you stand with your person. Your person is holding out hope that... What? Because the Hanged Man in the upright position is, you know, things being suspended almost indefinitely is what I'm hearing. But they're holding out hope that... you know, something between the two of you can work out. For things not to be suspended between the two of you anymore. But there is this feeling like things between you have been suspended indefinitely. And I don't know if that's a boundary that you have set, pile 1. But they're having hope that, you know, that's not going to be the case. There's hope. The 2 of Cups in the reverse position. And then I just saw the Devil in the reverse. And then, oh wow, the Devil in the reverse and then Temperance in the upright position. They're hoping that once, you know, the healing happens, once, you know, addictions are healed, self-sabotage is healed, the shadow selves are healed, that, you know, maybe the 2 of you can come back together. But why is the 2 of Cups showing up in the reverse position? Let me clear this real quick. You know, it may not necessarily be that your person is hoping that the 2 of you can come back together romantically, but, you know, that 2 of Cups can also talk about, you know, healing the rift that's between the 2 of you. You know, the 2 of Cups can also talk about not being on the same page. Your person is, yeah, they're kind of hopeful for a future when it comes to you in this connection. Now, it's not too much coming up that maybe they're hoping for something romantic, and maybe that's just them being realistic with where things are at. Your person may understand, pile 1, that they've hurt you too much. They push things too far with you, that there's too much water under the bridge. But, you know, they're kind of hoping against, you know, against the odds that, you know, something in this connection can be unpaused. They're being a little bit elusive with that, though. I'm going to pull one more card. And if they don't give me any more clarification, we'll go on to the next. They are feeling hopeful about something, and I just saw clock at the back of the deck. So it's like with time, right? And they're hopeful with time. Okay. Yeah, they're hopeful with time that, you know, maybe you'll be able to forgive them and move on past, you know, the things that they've done to you, that you can forgive them and move on from that. Now, in what direction? I feel like maybe they're trying to let go of hoping for a specific outcome in this connection. You know, they're also probably trying to heal any attachments that they may have had to you into this connection. They're just hoping that you can forgive them and not hold any bitterness and resentment and stuff towards them. we'll see. We'll move further into to like their thoughts and their feelings towards you, because this is talking about where you stand with them. We'll see if there's anything coming through in their energy in terms of like if they're hoping for like a reunion, and if so, what kind of a reunion. Now we're going to find out what their intentions with you in this connection are. What are your intentions with pile 1 at this point in time? That, you know what? The fact that I'm unable to tap into what they're hoping in, I mean, that could be it. Just the fact that, you know, they're also trying to release attachments to any specific outcomes, but that could be me being blocked from that to help you move on, you know, because, you know, if you're still dealing with an attachment, pile 1, to your person, you know, just even giving you the littlest shred of hope can, you know, reignite that attachment and strengthen that attachment, when really what needs to happen is that attachment needs to die. Right? Nothing wrong with a bond in a connection, but an attachment is not. It is not a bond. It can mimic one, but an attachment sucks the life out of you, and it sucks the life out of any connection or bond that you're in. And so that could very well be the case. You know, for people that are in attachments and trying to heal from attachments, the best thing that can be done in that circumstance is to lose all hope for a future, because that's how you are able to heal whatever energies are triggered by losing hope for a future, that make that attachment so strong. Because when you are able to feel happy regardless of whether or not that person's going to be in your future or not, as a specific role in your life, that's freedom, right? And then if there is an actual bond and a connection, and if that person really truly is that person for you in your life, you know, that attachment's no longer there, it's just a bond and a connection, the flow of energy can happen naturally and freely between the two of you. You know, the two of you are together because you want to be, not because you guys feel like you need to be because of an underlying wound. Does that make sense? It's just, you know, it's better that way. Pile 1's person, what are your intentions with pile 1? Trapped. What are your intentions with pile 1? Oh, that there's depression. Yeah, I know they were. I know that. I know that they were that they're feeling that way because they have been awakened to the truth of this connection with you guys. What's your intentions with pile 1 at this time? Mental prison. We'll stop there. I will take the 4th one that came out. I was only going to get 3, but 4 came out. I got mental prison. Oh, divorce, alimony. Whew. All right. So for those of you where, you know, you are in a connection, you know, if you are divorced, if you are married with this person, or you have something legal kind of binding the two of you together, you know, and you know, they're very much in their heads about this, and this is terminating a marriage. Separation will be costly in a complicated relationship. I will clarify though to see what direction all of this is going in. So Trapped says, in an unpleasant situation, feeling stuck, cannot escape from it. Depression says prolonged grief, hopelessness / pessimism, feeling victimized. And then we got mental prison. It says overthinking, creating scenarios, thinking of you a lot. This is letting me know that their intention is not to make a move towards you because they are feeling stuck in this energy. Them not making a move towards you is very much activating their own attachment, right? Whatever that attachment is. And if they're feeling trapped and they're feeling depressed and they're feeling grief and they're feeling stuck and stuff like this, what that is doing is that's activated like the anxious part of their attachment. So your person also could have been a fearful avoidant pile 1. Okay. So the fact that, you know, they're not making moves towards you, I don't know if you cut them off, if you've completely severed contact, or if you're just not responding to them in any way anymore. Like if you're just keeping things, like say if you have kids together and you're just keeping things like it's just kids, right? We're just talking about the kids. We're not hanging out together or anything like that. Like, they're honoring, like, what's coming through is your person's intention is to honor the separation between the two of you. For those of you where, you might be separated and needing to get a divorce, I mean, we'll clarify it, but, there is energies here of your person honoring the separation, honoring the termination of the marriage and things of that nature, but they're not happy about it. They're depressed over it. They're feeling grief. They're thinking about you and the situation a lot. I was picking up on Nine of Swords energy earlier, but it didn't come out in the tarot, but it's coming out in this energy here with mental prison, depression, and trapped. Okay, what that tells me, pile one, is that your person, this is affecting your person so much that it's keeping them up at night. It may even be, haunting them in their dreams. Like, there's almost this energy of your person, they're not able to escape from, the grief. They're just not able to. Let's clarify though. Let's clarify divorce and alimony. Tell me more about divorce and alimony. Clarify divorce and alimony. Nine of Wands. Yeah, this is them. They're not necessarily wanting to, but, they're almost feeling like the best thing to do is to persist in the separation, to let things go, to let this connection die, right? To not start things up again with the Ace of Cups at the back of the deck in the reverse. Okay, let's find out why the Knight of Cups showed up, though. This is almost giving me energies like, because the Nine of Wands clarifying the, divorce and alimony, like persisting in the separation, even though it makes them feel all the pain that it's making them feel. With the Knight of Cups, that's like there's still love there. Let me see, because I got the Hierophant here, the Fool, but I also have the Ten of Cups in the reverse. This could be them possibly like, getting engaged or getting married to somebody else completely. Yeah, the Hierophant here, so that's Taurus energy. The Fool energy is Aquarius energy again. But with the Ten of Cups in the reverse, if they are getting engaged or married to someone else, or if they are living with someone else and they're almost, you know what I mean? It's like that's not their happily ever after. Interesting. And that may very well be why your person is, not making any moves towards you, is because there could be a third party. You're going to know whether that's the case or not. But with that Hierophant there, and look, we got the Star in the reverse. They're not feeling very hopeful even about that connection, okay? A little bit of third-party stuff coming through. But with the Four of Pentacles at the back of the deck, they're not going to withhold from that connection. It's like, their intentions are to keep moving away from the connection with you, even though they're not wanting to, and to move forward with someone else. What's really coming through, pile one, is that your person is understanding. They've done so much damage to you and to this connection that it cannot be salvaged, at least not anytime soon. Now, they do have hope that with enough time passing that, there can be some healing between the two of you. They have let go, though, of hoping for, we'll just say they've let go of any attachments to any specific outcomes. They just want to be forgiven by you, right? But they're letting go of hoping that maybe the two of you one day can be friends, or that maybe that one day the two of you can like reconcile and maybe work things out romantically, but they are hoping that you can at least forgive them and move past all the hurtful things that they've done to you, right? And them letting go of hoping that anything can, like the two of you can be friends or anything like that. I feel like that's just like, like they're doing the same thing that you are. They're trying to find peace with not having you in their life as some kind of a participant, right? And so it's not that they don't want those things with you. I'm not getting any inclination either way if they do or they don't. But what I am being told, pile one, that your person is trying to find peace with, you know, the possibility that the two of you will never have anything between the two of you, not even a friendship, because them holding out hope for that has been causing them a lot of pain. But them letting go of that, again, it's triggering a lot of things within them. Okay, they're not happy about where things are at between the two of you. Like I said, you know, as much as they have shown you, you know, you to yourself, you have flipped that mirror around and they're seeing themselves very clearly, and they are not liking what they're seeing. Okay, not liking what they're seeing at all. Tell me more about traps. Yeah, they're holding themselves back from, okay, see, I feel like, you know, yeah, there was a lot of, that could be why the twin flame was in the reverse too, because even twin flames can take on a karmic relationship dynamic where you have two very unhealed halves of twin flames, and because both ones are unhealed, it's very highly karmic in nature, where once you heal, you know, those aspects of yourself, and then you can enjoy the blissful part of a twin flame relationship. We got the devil here in the reverse though. Your person is withholding themselves from you so that they can heal, because they're realizing, like, pursuing you in the energy that they've been in, which would have been the devil energy, in that karmic nature, it was causing nothing but pain. And so, their intentions towards you are to persist in this separation, to allow this separation, for the purposes of healing on both sides is what I'm hearing, so that you can heal and so that they can heal. With the Four of Wands in the reverse, this is not, staying separate from this connection. They know that they could have been really happy with you. They know that, if they were to heal and if you were to heal, and, the two of you could at some point maybe even be able to come back together at some point, they know that it could be a very, very passionate, intense, beautiful union. They're like, at this point in time though, it cannot be. So they're choosing to move on. Okay. We're going to go to the next question. Now we're going to find out what their next actions are, if any. Next actions towards pile one at this time. What are your next actions towards pile one? We got Angel. This says divinely guided, asking for help from your angels. You are protected. Pay attention to signs and dreams. We got deep thinking. Your next actions towards pile one. Luck. They're really trying to do right by not just you in this connection, but just do right by the universe. I'm picking up on heavy energies of your person being very aware of karma, right? Being very aware of, where, being very careful about the energy that they're sowing. Your person is very awake to the truth of things now. Deep thinking says thinking twice on a decision, preoccupied with one's thoughts, self-reflection, being analytical and logical. We also have luck. It says good fortune, positive change, fulfilled wishes, unexpected happiness. I will clarify, because these are actions that they're wanting to take towards you in the connection. Your person is very careful not to move of their own accord now, because they're realizing when they moved of their own accord, it was coming from a place of that devil energy, right? And it was wrecking havoc in everyone's life, in your life, in their life, and whatever, right? And so they're trying to go into this space where, with deep thinking, this is carrying the energies of the Hermit. I'm also picking up on the Fool too. I am going to clarify some energies here because we do have luck here. Good luck, positive change, fulfilled wishes. They are wanting a shift in the dynamic between you and them as far as their actions go. They're in deep thought trying to figure out how, you know, what actions they could take that would kind of help precipitate that. But they're largely leaving things up to, you know, God, to the universe, to higher self and stuff like that. They're trying to be led by their divine nature or just by God, you know, as opposed to being led by like their own selfish desires, being led by quote unquote the devil, right? Their shadow side. They're not trying to be led by their shadow side or the devil anymore. They're leaving things up to, you know, with the wheel at the bottom of the deck. I mean, they're leaving things up to just fate and destiny. They're not trying, really what your person is, like their next action towards you, pile one, is to, you know, hang back and let things unfold divinely in this connection. Your person really has kind of resigned themselves in a space of faith when it comes to this connection. You know, they don't, not that they're feeling a lot of peace about it, you know, they're trying to, because of course not having anything to do with you is triggering a lot of your person's own shadow, right? We saw where they were kind of feeling depressed and they're feeling trapped in a situation. I do feel like you brought this person a lot of maybe happiness or a lot of satisfaction, or even when things were really bad, they were getting something from this connection that they've never gotten from any connection before or since. And they're trying to be responsible with you at this point in time because your person is very aware, pile one, of the damage that they have done. And there's even a sense here where your person is like, there's some karma attached to that. And they're like, I'm not trying to sow any more bad seed when it comes to pile one. And so I'm not picking up, and that may be because your person is letting go of hope as well, that the two of you will have a specific kind of a future together, you know. So I'm not picking up where your person is hoping that one day, you know, someday the two of you can come back together. I'm not picking up on that. What I am picking up on is your person sincerely, genuinely feeling bad for not seeing things clearly about you in this connection before things got as bad as they did, right? They are kind of just relinquishing themselves to the possibility that the two of you will never have anything together. They're trying to find and make peace with that. They really are. Not to say that they wouldn't be open, right, for something more, but your person really is trying to let go of all attachment when it comes to you, right? Toxic attachments, you know, letting go of hope, right? Because what I just told you about letting go of hope and how that, you know, serves to heal. Your person is also doing the same thing. There is some mirroring going on here. There is some mirroring going on. You're trying to face, you're trying to let go of hope so that you can heal and find peace with the possibility that the two of you will not have any, a specific kind of a future together. They're trying to do the same thing, right? And so when it comes to this connection, as far as their actions go, whatever their actions are going to be, they're like, I'm not taking any action that doesn't feel like it's in line with the divine, in line with God, in line with, a higher purpose or something like that. They're like, I'm not taking any action, and that's why they're feeling the way that they're feeling, because them not taking action towards you, I feel like they want to, because them not taking action towards you is triggering all of like feeling trapped and being up in their head, and it's keeping them up at night. And so, they want to take action towards you, but they refuse to take any kind of action that's born out of like a devil-like, shadow-like energy, because they see very clearly how they've done that in the past, and it's done nothing but wreak havoc in your life, their life, just karma-wise altogether. So let's find out more about what's going on with, let's find out deep thinking. Tell me more about deep thinking. Hold on. What is this? Okay. Tell me more about deep thinking. Yeah, there's the sun and there's justice, right? Justice talks about karma. I'm telling you, your person is very hyper aware of karma right now, pile one. Very hyper aware. They just want to be happy, and they just want to, like, you know, they just want to be happy with the sun here. But with the sun and justice coming out, you know, the sun illuminates things, right? Your person is very, they're like, what, you know, their next action towards you is just to do what is right, what is just, what is fair, you know, because they're hyper aware of, you know, how their actions in the past have, you know, wreaked havoc in the energy out of which they were taking those actions. They were coming from a space of very toxic, shadow stuff, right? Devil-esque energy, shadow-esque energy. And so, you know, their next action is to think twice on any, like, if they are wanting to take action towards you, connect with you, you know, they think twice, like, where is that desire? Where is that coming from? Is it coming from, you know, the devil, or is it coming from justice? Is it coming from the sun? Right? Your person is very careful about the energy that they approach you in pile one. They're very careful. So, I mean, overall, energy is about, like, the actions that your person is going to take. They're not going to take any action towards you until they are 100% sure it's coming from the right kind of space. It's coming from a real sense of love and what's just, right? So yeah, they're going to hang back. They're going to just see how things, you know, unfold naturally. Let's find out what's going on with luck. Because again, luck here says good fortune, positive change, fulfilled wishes, unexpected happiness. The action that your person does take or wants to take, pile one, is going to be something that they know is going to, you know, make both of you happy. That's gonna, you know, shift both of your guys' luck in a good way, right? No bad seed. They are definitely not wanting to sow any more bad seed into you, into this connection, pile one. Tell me more about luck. They're feeling unclear about how to do that, though. They want to. This is like the intent. This is like what they want to take. They want to take good action towards you, but they just don't know. They're kind of feeling confused about that. But that's also them not confusing you, right? Nine of Swords in the reverse. So the next action, like, they want to take is anything that has to do with, you know, not causing you any more pain, not causing you any more sleepless nights, not causing you to feel confused or, you know, unclear about the connection. They're not trying to confuse you. And so if them not confusing you, if them not, you know, causing you sleepless nights, comes from them not interacting with you, that's what they're going to do, right? They're really wanting to, you know, we got death at the bottom of the deck. So this is definitely coming, that's at the bottom. So that's not the you know, this is them not necessarily wanting to end things, right? But they are overly concerned about doing anything to you and to this connection that could turn around and haunt them or bite them in the ass, to be very clear, okay? So, you know, I am kind of picking up on energies where your person wishing that they could reach out to you, that they could connect to you and stuff like that, but your person is being very careful about how they step to you from now on, because they are hyper aware of karma when it comes to you in this connection for some reason. Okay, tell me more about luck, please, and then we'll move on to the next question. Clarify luck. The High Priestess. Yeah, they're trying to be led. Their next action, it's all about them being led by the highest good, their higher self, the universe, God, source, whatever, divine timing. You know what I'm saying? It's like they don't really know what their next actions are going to be, but they'll know it when they feel it, right? When they intuit it, when they sense it, or when they feel like, you know, that's what's meant to happen. I did see the Tower at the bottom of the deck. So even if that means like a complete upheaval of the existing structure, they're okay with that if that's what's in alignment with, you know, the highest good of all. I hope that makes sense. We're going to move on to the next question. Now we're going to find out what their thoughts and feelings are. All right, let's find out what their true thoughts and feelings are towards you. That's kind of interesting. We got love triangle, you, me, and a third party. I was picking up on third party energy, but they go back and forth between, you know, being done with the third party and involving the third party. And you could very well be the third party, pile one. You're going to know, you know, I will clarify to see what this is talking about, because I don't know if this is talking about, you know, them going back and forth about being done with you or being done with the person that they're with. Traditionally, I would see this as being done with the, you know, because the third party is always the other person, not you, not your person, but the other person. And so I was kind of picking up very lightly on third party energy, and I was telling you, like, you know, them maybe moving forward with the third party, even though that person they know is not there happily ever after. And so we'll find out if that's in relation to you or if that's actually with the third party. I will say I am picking up energies, pile one, where your person isn't really all that happy with the third party if they are with, and I'm not talking about you, okay? They're not happy with the other person that they're with. If they are in a committed relationship with somebody right now and it is not you, they are not really happy with that person, okay? But there is energies here of them possibly contemplating moving things forward, even moving that person in, getting married, even though they know that person is not their happily ever after. You know, and that people that do things like that, pile one, that is stemming from, you know, abandonment wounds and attachment issues. You know, why would you settle for somebody that you know is not your happily ever after, unless that's coming from a space of just not being able to be alone, right? And not being able to be alone, that stems from an abandonment wound and attachment issues. Look at that. No one compares to you. That's that twin flame energy. Your thoughts and feelings towards pile one. This is true love. With you, pile one. That's how your person feels. Let's get through. Happy where I'm at. I'll find out what that's talking about, though. I like you, but I love me more. You know, this is okay. Let me get one more. Your thoughts and feelings towards pile one, please. I'm not ready. Then we got remembering and focusing on good times. Let me clarify some of this energies, and then I'm going to actually scrape it off the board and start new with down here, because this down here, let me find out what this is about, okay? What is this in relation to? Because this doesn't feel like it meshes well. What is I'm happy where I'm at? This I like you, but I love me more is that shadow side of them still hanging on. We got the Seven of Pentacles. I'm happy where I'm at. Okay. What's I like you and I love me more? Okay. Okay, Tell me about I'm not ready. Got a little bit of your person's shadow side peeking through. This I like you, but I love me more. That's the selfish side of them. But we have that clarified with the High Priestess in the world. This is your person coming through and saying, I know that that part of me needs to die, right? That part of me needs, and you know, with them healing, it's like they're very aware of that. Like, you know, because they're coming through up here with no one compares to you and this is true love. And so they see the realness and they see this connection now for what it is. And there's still a lot of themselves they are still in the process of healing. There's a lot of their shadow that they're still in the process of integrating, right? I'm not necessarily picking up where it says I'm happy where I'm at and how that relates to a possible third party. They're comfortable where they're at, right? They may have put a lot of energy into whatever life path they're on now, you know, and I'm feeling for a lot of you that involves someone else and not you. And it's like they're comfortable there, you know what I'm saying? And so that might be why they're choosing, if they are choosing to, like, to move forward in that life path with that person, even though energetically your person's coming through very transparently, like they know that person's not their happily ever after. But for something about that connection for your person is working, and so they're like, I'm happy. It's like, yeah, this person's not my happily ever after. They may have seen you, pile one, as being like, it's almost this energy of like your person sees you as their happily ever after, but there's this energy of your person understanding like I fucked that up. Like I bombed that with pile one, and so there's no going back. And so it's almost your person like conceding, like, yeah, you know, my happily, like, because again, you guys are coming through as twin flame-esque energies in terms of connections, and your person is very aware of like, I'll probably never find that again with anybody, so what's the use? I'll just stick to over here where things are comfortable. Like, yeah, it's not my happily ever after. It's not the best I know that I could probably do, but they're seeing you, pile one, as the best of what they were able to do, but they were asleep to it for so long. They did so much damage. It's just like, there's no way. Right? And so, okay, I'm kind of understanding now where your person's coming from. It's like they're happy where they're at. It's comfortable. It works. It might even be a lot more peaceful because it's not twin flame-esque, right? It's funny though, with the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, there are some aspects to, you know, they're not quite ready, you know, for engagement or marriage or things like that yet with the third party. I don't know why that energy is coming through for your guys' reading, but we're going to clear that away and we're going to get more about what their thoughts and feelings are towards you. I don't know if that was maybe just to ease your mind, pile one. Your thoughts and feelings towards pile one. Of course, you know, we do have third-party energies here coming up. And so, I mean, if this is a love triangle, that makes sense that, you know, the third party and their feelings towards the third party would come through, because that's, you know, the connection doesn't just involve you. It also involves the third party. But we're going to, you know, kind of block that part out and just get their energies towards you. How do you feel about your thoughts and feelings towards pile one? Trust issues. Yeah, they got trust issues, you know. I mean, and that could be on both ends, you know. Here it says, I know you love me. Okay, so they're coming through saying that what they know that what the two of you have is true love. They know it, and they also know that you love them, or you still love them. Let's get one more. Yeah, but then look, there's someone else. Okay, so I mean, you know, when it comes to their feelings for you, your person is recognizing that their feelings for someone else, or just the fact that there is someone else in their life, is obviously gonna, you know, but look at the bottom of the deck. It says, I'm in love with you, pile one. Your person at the bottom of the deck, this feels like The reason why it's showing up at the bottom of the deck as like not being the strongest energy is because your person is trying not to focus on that. Okay? Your person is being very clear, pile one, what they feel with you is unrivaled. No one compares to you, not even the person that they're with. If they're with somebody, if they move on with somebody, if they're engaged to somebody else, if they're moving in with someone else, if they're getting married to somebody else, they're like, that person does not compare to you, pile one. What I have with you is unmatched, unrivaled. Nobody can match what we have, pile one. So they're not even going to try. They're like, they have no other choice but to settle. But your person is more than happy to settle because they don't want to be alone. And what they have with the third party, for them, for whatever reason, it's comfortable and it works. And because your person does not want to be alone in their lives, okay? And what I'm picking up on, pile one, is your person is kind of coming from this place like, if I can't have pile one and be happy with pile one, you know, then, you know, because there's almost a sense of there's so much damage to this connection done. Even if they were try to make things work with you, it would just be a lot of chaos, a lot of pain, right? Maybe some unforgiveness. And that's why I feel like your person's primary focus when it comes to you in the connection, pile one, is they want you to genuinely forgive them. They're understanding you may never forget, but they genuinely want you to forgive them, right? And to be able to put what they done to you behind you, regardless of what that means for them in the connection. They genuinely want your forgiveness. Huh. You know, and they're coming through here like, you know, they're not trying to give you any hope for a future with them. Like, their energy and their messages that are coming through are being cut short of saying, I wish things could have been different. You know, I wish that you can forgive me, and then like maybe later on down the road you and I can be together. There's an energy your person is coming through like they're not trying to give you any kind of false hope. Because they're realizing that, you know, false hope for you may keep you holding on, and which you holding on is keeping you from actually legitimately healing. Right? Your person really genuinely wants you to heal. They want you to feel whole. They want you to feel fulfilled. They want you to feel happy. And even if that means that, you know, not with them, even if that means not with them, they want you to feel happy. Your person genuinely feels very bad for what they've done to you and the damage that they've caused you, or the part that they played, right? They feel bad for that. They really, really do. You know, but honestly, look, your person's coming through and they're saying no one compares to you, pile one, not even the person that I'm with. What they feel with you is true love. They want to communicate with you, and they're being very responsible now with their energies. Very careful about how they step to you. They don't want to hurt you anymore. They don't. Let's find out what trust issues is about. You know, and so your person is coming through. Pile one is like, they love you. They're in love with you. What they have with you is real and true. Like the bond and the connection between you. Your person genuinely feels a connection and a bond with you. They know it's not just an attachment. And there's too much damage done. There's too much water under the bridge. And there's another person in the mix now. And, you know, it's almost this energy of like they're kind of resigning themselves to this future that doesn't have you in it. You know, let's find out what trust issues are about. Tell me more about trust issues. Yeah. What's the trust issues? Why is that being clarified by the Ten of Cups? Because that's happily ever after. Why is the Ten of Cups clarifying trust issues? Ah, okay. They wonder whether or not, you know, they have trust issues and wondering whether or not the two of you could ever actually live happily ever after. Like because they don't actually trust pile one that you would ever actually be able to get over what they've done to you in the past. Okay, that's what the trust issues are about. They're not saying that your person knows that they could have happily ever after with you. You know, if you were going to be able to really put the past behind and act as if the past never happened, right? But they're being very clear and just being very responsible, and they're just being very realistic about the ability that you may or may not have to do that. With the Five of Wands in the reverse, it's like, would you be able to trust that your person, would never have you in a third party situation ever again? I don't know if this person, talked to other people behind your back. If there were other, if there was any kind of, and competition can come in the form of other romantic interests, but it can be just competition of anybody. It could be, that would you trust that they would never put you in competition with anybody ever again, whether it's their family, their job, other romantic interests. Basically they don't know that you would ever feel that they were a safe space for you, whether or not they actually are. That's how much your person knows, or the damage that's been done in this connection. Your person knows. It's like, even if I were to be 100% safe space for pile one, so much damage has been done, they may never trust that I can be a safe space for them, even if I am being a safe space, right? That's where those trust issues are coming from. And it may very well be why they're choosing the path that they're on now. Because, it's so much easier to start off with the clean slate, when you don't have a past with somebody. It's hard to wipe a slate clean that has been completely broken, scratched, muddied up and stuff like that. And so I will be honest, your person's coming through in this energy of taking the path of least resistance. And that may be why they're choosing to stick with the third party, because they don't have the kind of history that you and your person have, right? Your person's not happy about that, but it just is what it is. Let's see. We're going to find out what the most likeliest of outcomes is for this connection. We got this question and one more question, and then we're going to call it a day, okay? At least for this reading. For those of you that felt guided to watch pile 2, yeah, you're going to be watching this video for a while. The most likeliest of outcomes for pile 1 and their person, please. Ooh, sunglasses. This is watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out. This feels like, keeping tabs on you from a distance. Let's get a couple more. Self-indulgent. Oh, wow. Ooh, okay. Interesting dynamic coming through about the most likeliest of outcomes, because it doesn't feel like anything that you personally are going to be experiencing, pile 1. This feels like, this is what's going to be happening behind the scenes. Like a lot of this connection, whatever might be left will be experienced, behind the scenes. Like focusing out in self-indulgence, I distinctly got the impression of your person self-pleasuring to pictures of you or memories of you and stuff like that. This is the first time in this reading that this aspect has come out, but your person is acknowledging that they still feel very much still feel a sexual bond and an attraction towards you. And that may be why they were coming through in that trapped feeling, those feelings of feeling trapped and depressed and feeling like they, like because they're having to withhold themselves from you, right? It's interesting here. We got the Phoenix, okay, coming through, because it says a new phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, and a changed mind. Okay, so we are going to find out what's going on, because it seems like at the moment your person may be indulging in this connection completely behind the scenes, checking on your social media, looking through old pictures of you, old videos, and that's just kind of their way of maintaining, a connection towards you. But I am picking up for those of you where you, if you've gone there with your person sexually, they are pleasuring themselves to memories of you, pictures of you, videos of you, things of that nature. Okay, but this also says focusing on self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, and self-appreciation. There's more of that shadow work coming through. Okay, that can be another way of indulging in the self, is indulging in one's own healing. Okay, not participating in this connection in the 3D, but participating in it in other ways, whether it's healing and or self-pleasuring, things of that nature. But let me find out what's going on with the Phoenix, because this is what the most likeliest of outcomes for this connection is going to be. And then we'll find out when. There's the Hermit, so there's that withdrawal, okay? There may be a shift in your person's desires and wants in the midst of them having withdrawn their energy from you. After a period of like no communication, after a period of no contact, or just not having anything to do with each other, it's very likely, like right now, they're in this Hermit mode, and with this King of Swords in the reverse, they're trying to gain clarity. They're trying to wrap something up, right? Trying to gain clarity, trying to wrap up something up. Because even if something new, even if this connection were to be rekindled, it cannot be with the older versions of yourself, because you're only going to manifest or, you know, experience the same dynamic all over again. Your person is very hyper aware that they cannot restart something with you if you are still in the energy of not being able to trust them, right? And they also understand that they're not able to rekindle something with you if they continue to show up in the old energy that they were in as well. Ten of Swords at the back of the deck. Let me find out though, what is new phase and rekindle? What are we renewing here? Clarify Phoenix. There's the Ten of Cups. Wow. They're still confused about it, you guys, but this is, you know, and this is funny that this is coming out. This is coming out at the very end of this reading. Now we're seeing where your person is actually hoping for something. This is almost like a miracle, like hoping against all hope, and your person is seeing it as a miracle, but there is this energy where your person is hoping. But we're talking about actual outcomes here, okay, of this connection. This is almost that, like, you know, you would never expect it. You would definitely least expect it, but, you know, rekindling here. Growth and transformation in this connection. But for some reason with the Two of Swords here clarifying, it's almost like it's being blocked. And it may be being blocked right now for the purposes of you guys healing separately. Like you guys are having to stay separated because you cannot heal together. Because in the versions of yourselves where you were at, you guys came together and you were not healing each other, you were hurting each other, right? And so in order to heal your guys' shadow selves, you can only heal in separation, and that's what's going on right now. And so, you know, for a lot of you, especially if you've made it this far, this is kind of like, wow, I did not see that coming. It does look, because this is the most likeliest of outcomes of this connection, happily ever after. We'll find out why the Two of Swords is here, but I do feel like it is having something to do with having to heal separately. Like that, the two of you are not going to be able to rekindle and come back together until you guys are wholly healed separately, until both of you are, you know, no longer operating out of a wounded ego or wounded inner child or abandonment wounds and stuff. What's the Two of Swords here for? Because that feels like that happily ever after is being blocked. Okay, yeah, they need to, you know, with the King of Pentacles here, they have to get stabilized. Their energy has to get stabilized. So I feel like that's what's going on right now in terms of like the most likeliest of outcomes and just the energies all together. There's nothing going on in this connection. In fact, it looks like your person, possibly even in the current moment, has every intention of moving forward with someone else. But what neither of you are seeing coming is that as you heal and as they heal separately and individually, it's almost like that's going to cause some kind of a transformation and a shift in the dynamic of your guys' connection, and you guys are going to have a happily ever after together. Okay, for those of you that are married to this person, you know, if you're not divorced, or if you have gotten divorced, this could be like renewing your vows or getting remarried again, bringing your guys' family together. If you guys have kids together, it's, you know, it's a renewal of that. But that is being blocked right now because your person needs to heal into this King of Pentacles energy. A King of Pentacles energy is somebody that's reliable, they're faithful, they're responsible. You know, it's that pre-emperor energy, and right now your person is not in that energy, not even with the person that they're with now, if there is a third party, right? And so this was like a curveball I did not see coming for those of you, and there has to be a reason for that. Because I was almost picking up on it, like inklings of it, but I was being kept from actually being able to speak on it. And so, yes. And you know what? Your person may not even be aware. You know, they may not. They may genuinely not have any hope for there ever being a future for the two of you together. And it could be that very releasing of that hope, which helps them to heal, which helps you to heal, which finally brings the two of you guys together. Okay, now if this really is a twin flame connection or a twin flame-esque connection, we understand why that is. Okay, you cannot heal together as toxic karmic twin flames. You can only heal separately. But when, you know, this half heals and the other half heals, all of a sudden they're in their masculine, healthy masculine, you're in your healthy feminine, and you guys just zoop. It happens naturally, right? Okay, that was didn't see that coming. Let's find out what direct messages are from them to you. Direct messages, and then we'll close out your reading, you guys. I hope this was enlightening. I hope that, you know, this was entertaining, or that it gave you the guidance and or the closure that maybe you're needing. If it has, pile one, do me a favor, comment below, let me know what pile you picked, let me know how it resonated. Let me make sure this thing is still recording. Yeah, oh my god, we're at 1 hour and 31 minutes. This is crazy. Yeah, see, they're telling you that it's time for them to heal now. I compare others to you. That's more that no one compares to you, energy, pile one. Let's get more. There it is. I wish I treated you better. There that is. I was picking up on that energy, but I was being stopped from saying it at that point in time. They do wish that they had treated you better. They are seeing the error of their ways, pile one. They definitely are seeing the error of their ways. Give me 3 more. I wish I could share my good news with you. They miss having you in their life, even if it was just as a friend. You know, you two really did have a bond, and a real bond and a connection. And I just don't feel like, you know, that's just not where the connection is at anymore. Look, this says, I don't want to let you go. And then look, it says, I replay our conversations over and over. Yeah, see, now we're getting into like how your person truly is feeling about things. There's a lot of regret coming through in your person's energy, pile one, a lot. We're going to get 3 from Messengers of the Heart, and then we're going to end the reading. So again, if this resonated, smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. This was one long ass reading. Okay. Let me know what pile you picked. Let me know how it resonated. Comment below. Hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. Tell me, what messages do you have for pile? There's a message. They want to message you and explain everything to you, but they know they have to do right by you. Yeah. See, this person, I know, there's grieving. They're stuck in grief, unable to see that they still have the power to create a positive change. Yeah. So your person in the current energy where they're at, pile one, they just don't, a lot of it is them not seeing how you could ever truly, like they almost know like you could forgive them, but it's like, but pile one will never forget. And that's coming from a space of like, you know, them feeling like if the two of you were to come back together, you'd always be, you know, suspicious of them, you know, just never truly be able to trust them, right? But again, grieving says they're stuck in grief, unable to see that they still have the power to create a positive change. They don't, that's their thing. It's like, yeah, I know pile one will probably be able to forgive me for what I've done, but will they forget? And it's not coming from a space of like, oh, well, you just get amnesia and act as if it never happened. But would you ever be able to approach the connection as if that never happened, right? That's what it means. And trust that they've done a 180 and they're a whole new person. If they would, you know, that you see what I'm saying? They're having, you know, they're unable to see that kind of reality for the two of you would ever be possible. Okay, the reality where the two of you get together, it's like, you know, you're able to act like, okay, that was a whole completely different person. This is a new person. I'm not going to hold you responsible for what the old you did. And just be able to approach them as if you just met them and you have no like sketchy past with them, you know. Let's get one more. Watching you. It says they've been watching your social media to see what you post and get clues to know how to approach you. Yeah, your person is we've got that already. They are definitely watching your social media. They're keeping tabs on you somehow. Whatever platforms you're on, that they are able to watch you on, they're watching you. Okay. Again, they are wanting to reach out to you. For some of you, it is coming through now at the very tail end of this reading. They are wanting to, you know, they have the desire to rekindle things, and they're not moving out of that desire. They're not taking action out of that desire. They've learned their lesson. It was a very painful lesson for both of you to have to learn, but they are definitely taking heed of that lesson. They're very careful about how they're going to step to you, if they step to you at all. All right, pile one. That was your very long extended reading. I hope that it resonated. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love reading. Bye, guys. Hello, pile two. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We are doing another Pick a Card Love reading. This is the Confusing Love Connection reading. So my most longest in-depth reading on this channel usually lasts between 45 minutes and an hour. You guys, pile one was like an hour and 30 something, maybe even an hour and 40 minutes. Oh my gosh. And if y'all are here from if y'all are watching pile two from pile one, man, y'all are troopers. Okay, love y'all either way. But anyway, so just keep in mind, you guys, it's a general reading, so whatever resonates, keep it. Run with it. Anything that does not resonate, just drop it for the people for whom it does resonate. Keep it, you know, just keep watching. There'll be more messages for you. I do have this exact reading available as a personal reading. If you would like for me to tap exclusively into you and your person's connection, check the description box below for booking details. There are payment plans available for those where, you know, you would benefit from that. If not, there's a lot of other readings available in the specific person category. A lot of them are $25. Just check the description box below for booking details. Pile two, we're going to get right into your reading. You guys were drawn to the Smoky Quartz point. The overall energy of your guys' connection we have. Keep an open mind. It says your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectation. And then we also have new life in the reverse. Okay, so let's see what's going on with new life. We got the number 39 here. That might be significant. Okay. Now it says you must acknowledge your inexperience and gently allow yourself to be like the delicate new bud opening. It's okay to admit you may not know something. You are at the beginning of things and haven't yet hit your stride. Be immersed in the newness of it all and don't try to rush the learning process. New life has its own timetable for maturity. Be here now. Life loves you. Okay. This feels like a lot of you maybe like there may be a new phase or there's something new happening or different, and it doesn't feel like it's like it's a welcome new, right? There's something new going on in your connection, whether, you know, a new dynamic, something has shifted. There's a new experience going on or a new dynamic happening within you and your person's connection, and it doesn't feel like you're enjoying it. Okay, with keep an open mind, and new life in reverse here, there's almost an energy here of, you know, try not to get attached to any outcomes, or, you know, or averse to any kinds of outcomes. It's almost like try to find peace and comfort in, you know, somehow in the now, right? In the present moment. That's why the card said, like, be here now, like, be in the present moment. You know, whatever the shifts in the dynamic in the relationship between you and your person, whatever's being triggered, you know, work with that. Process through that. You know, if it's a dynamic that you're not liking, then allow yourself to grieve the loss of the relationship as you have come to know it, right? It's like the future has yet to come. All you have is a present moment. And so there may be a need for a lot of you to let go of control. And not to say that you are controlling or are manipulative, and a lot of us can be, and we're just not aware of it. But let go of wanting things to unfold a certain type of way. That's what I mean by let go of control. Like, things are going to happen the way they're going to happen, and it's what's coming through in terms of like how this is your general energy in terms of the connection. There's something going on with your connection with your person, pile 2, that you're not comfortable with, and so the advice that's coming through, or the message that's coming through, is like, yeah, okay, so that's the status of the connection. The status is there's a new dynamic. There's been a shift in this connection, and you're not comfortable with it. You may not like it. You may despise it. You may wish things could go back, or things could have been different. And it's almost like I'm picking up on a stalemate. There may be a stalemate between you and your person. I'm not picking up on things developing. Progress may have completely stopped here. And, you know, your guides and, you know, your ancestors and your higher self and God, source, universe, whatever is coming through, like, you know, wanting to help you find peace and relief and comfort, even in the midst of the way things are changing, right? Again, if you guys are here from pile 2, you're going to know why these messages are coming out. But if you're not, right, if you're not from pile 1 and you're just, you know, here just for pile 2, there's an urge, you know, there's an urge and an encouragement from your higher self and your guides in the universe and source and what have you, in this point in time, to get very comfortable in the present moment, okay? If you're not knowing what tomorrow holds in terms of your relationship or your connection with your person, it's like, get comfortable with that. I know that sounds so counterintuitive, but it's like there's going to be healing in that moment. If you're able to let go of certain attachments to specific outcomes when it comes to your person, there's healing in that. For those of you where you don't know if your connection with your person even has a future, you know, there's a message coming through, like, allow yourself to lose hope for a future with your person, because losing hope confronts you with the very energies that, which would be attachments and aversions, right? That if you heal through those, will actually do you a world of good, okay? If you don't know how to heal attachments and heal aversions and heal abandonment wounds and triggers and, you know, insecure attachment styles, check the description box below. I have a channel called, or actually just go check out the video called Releasing the Wants, okay? Also check out the video that says how to stop manifesting separation. Just those 2 videos together. As you're in this space of not knowing, as you're kind of in this holding pattern, that's what it feels like for a lot of you. A lot of you feel like you're kind of in a holding pattern when it comes to this connection. You know, I understand the drive to want to know if things are going to work out in a specific way or how they're going to work out in a specific way. And until the 3D starts reflecting that, the only way you're going to be able to find peace and relief and comfort in this moment is to, you know, work on dissolving the attachment to a specific outcome, so that you find peace and comfort just in the present moment, even when you're not knowing, right? And so the way that you do that is through those 2 videos I just mentioned, okay? Check the description box below for the video, how to stop manifesting separation, and then also releasing the wants is the process through which you dissolve attachments, dissolve, you know, triggers and aversions and things of that nature, okay? But we are going to get into your person's energy specifically to find out like what they're thinking and how they're, all that stuff. If you want to know exactly what we're going to be covering in this reading, I put the outline in the description box, so you know, or you can just kick back and enjoy the reading as it unfolds. Okay, so the first thing we're going to find out is, where do you stand with your person? Okay, where do you stand with your person? Pile 2's person, the person on pile 2's mind, where does pile 2 stand with you? The person on pile 2's mind, where does pile 2 stand with you? The person on pile 2's mind, where does pile 2 stand with you? Addiction. Whoa. This is codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, and restraint. Okay. Where does pile 2 stand with you, pile 2's person? We got the snake. So this is competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. We also have a lightning at the bottom of the, no, lightning. It says sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, and transformation. And then at the bottom of the deck, it says happiness, it says paradise. So happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. I am picking up on some third-party energies, okay? So you may or may not know, pile 2, that there is a third party in the mix, and it does feel like it's on your person's side, okay? So just kind of giving you a heads up there. I am going to clarify all these energies, but it does look like your person is having some kind of an epiphany in your absence, because I am feeling for a lot of you, pile 2, you and your person are not in communication. If you guys are actually in no contact, okay, or, you know, and not everyone here is in no contact. I don't really feel like a lot of you have each other blocked, but there is energies here where the 2 of you are not in communication. And if you are in communication, it's very like, it's like business. It's business only, whether that business is your kids, whether or not the 2 of you maybe have a business together, or what it may be. But there definitely isn't just casual communication between the 2 of you, right? If there is communication, it's only on an as-needed basis. It's that kind of energy. But in your absence, it looks like your person is having some kind of an epiphany. All right. In that epiphany, I feel like it has something to do with their feelings about you, because we got paradise showing up at the back of the deck. Now, anytime, like for me personally, back of the deck energies or cards are always like, you know, it's not dominating energies. And so I feel like this is dawning on your person as we speak. Your person is really starting to figure out exactly who and what you are to them, okay? But it's only happening in your absence. All right, so we're gonna find out what's going on with addiction. Again, addiction says codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block. I feel like this is in relation to you. Tell me about addiction. It's affecting their work. Oh, wow. Ace of Wands. Yeah, this is you guys. But again, 10 of Pentacles, that could also be talking about maybe their addiction to work, their addiction to material things. And with being clarified by the Ace of Wands, that can talk about, you know, no matter the energy that they're putting into it, it doesn't seem like it ever works out. But we're talking about where they stand with you, okay? So let's find out, how does this relate to pile 2? I almost called you guys pile 1. I'm telling you, pile 2 for a lot of you, you know, if you felt guided to watch pile 1, definitely watch pile 1. It could just be for a lot of you a continuation, right? But again, that's only if you feel led to that. 5 of Cups in the reverse. How does this relate to pile 2? You guys, I'm feeling like, okay, so there's a couple of energies coming through. This addiction literally could be to you. Like, they can't stop thinking about you. You may trigger something within them, or, you know, you may trigger a certain kind of an addiction with your person. They could be using work as a way to as a way to keep them distracted here. With the 9 of Swords in the reverse, we got the 5 of Cups in the reverse. They might be using an addiction to try to get over you, to try to numb out the pain of not having you around. There's the Hermit and the Hierophant. Oh, wow. Okay. Is this shadow energy coming through? They may have been somewhat codependent on your energy in some ways, pile 2. And they're having a hard time breaking away from it. So with the snake right next to that, talking about a possible third party, if they are with a third party, whether or not they're just kind of casually dating, period, or if there is a specific other third party in the mix, that person is also being used as a way to try to get over you, okay? I'm hearing it's not working like it used to, whatever that addiction is. And if they are in a third party, they're saying that that third party isn't, like, the third party may have in the beginning been able to kind of mask, you know, their addiction to you, or their whatever that may be, their codependency to you or something. It may have worked in the beginning, but it's not working now. It's not working anymore. You are on their mind quite a bit, pile 2, especially when they're alone, okay? Whenever they have a time to think and reflect and stuff, whenever they're alone, whenever they're not distracting themselves, you're the first thing on their mind. We got 9 of Cups at the back of the deck here. This is them, like, you know, almost obsessively wanting to offer you their cup of love, right? Let's find out what's going on with the snake here. Tell me more about the snake. Yeah, this is another person. Okay, so where you stand with your person, there definitely is a third party in the mix, pile 2. You're probably, I feel most of you know about this. Some of you actually may not. It just depends on, like, you know, like I said, it's a general reading. But whoever that person is does not have their heart. It's not a connection based out of love. It's a connection, I'm hearing, that's based out of need. And like I said, whether or not your person realizes it, if they are in a third party relationship and a third party commitment with someone else that is not you, that person really was just a rebound, okay? I'm not saying that they didn't feel any feelings for this person at first, but it feels like that, I don't know, it's not, a lot of it isn't there anymore. Whatever the feelings are towards it, I'm not trying to make this a third party reading, but I mean, a lot of that energy is coming out. And then we got the Queen of Swords. Your person is getting very clear about things. There could also be that connection with the third party. Could also be very chilly, right? Just very cold. There's not a lot of, you know, air energies tend to be notorious for just an overall energy of detachment. There's, you know, yeah, I mean, and because it is showing up in the upright position, this is also a clarity that your person is gaining, right? But overall, there's not a lot of love there. There's not a lot of warmth there in that third party connection. which is actually causing your person to focus on you and their connection with you and their bond with you even more, because there's a lot of comparisons going on between, you know, how they felt with you and maybe how, you know, the dynamic that the two of you had versus the dynamic that they have with, you know, a specific third party. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. There's something going on. Your person is starting to be very kind of antsy when it comes to this connection. I'm feeling like your person is overall unhappy in a third party dynamic, and that's actually making them want to reach out to you even more. And with that Knight of Pentacles that was showing up in the reverse, are actually starting to get very impatient about it, okay? Tell me more about the snake. Knight of Cups in the reverse. They're not acting on it though. Yeah, see, they're trying to hold themselves back. Where you stand with your person, they are holding themselves back from you because of a third party for a lot of you, okay? Again, it's a general reading, so just take that as it resonates. But I mean, the fact that this is showing up in the main spread is letting me know the vast majority of you, your person is dealing with a very specific third party, okay? One. Not to say that they're not dealing with other third parties, but there is one main relationship that your person is, it's not you, you guys, it's somebody else, okay? So the reason why they're not reaching out to you, they're not communicating with you, they're not following through on, your person wants to take action towards you, pile 2. They really, really do, okay? But they're not. I just heard out of respect. But respect for you. Wow. This third party, you know, it says here competition. The other woman, I don't know if this other person kind of, like if the third party has your person kind of under a microscope, or if they're just keeping a very close eye on your person when it comes to you, or just if your person feels like they're under a microscope, just, you know, period, when it comes to the third party. But it is the third party is the reason primarily why your person is not reaching out to you, okay? What's going on here with lightning? I mean, and that's going to be true, pile. That's going to be true, pile 2. You know, even if you told your person that you want nothing to do with them because they are with a third party, that still is the same, that still rings true, and it still resonates for why, you know, your person isn't reaching out to you, because it has to do with a third party. You may have drawn some boundaries in the sand, you know, like as long as the third party's in the picture, do not reach out to me. So that is exactly what's coming through. Your person, because there is a third party in the mix here, is not reaching out to you. But I feel for a lot of you, that's because your person they're recognizing some kind of a boundary. They can't do that whether you set the boundary or your person is, but what's coming through is your person is trying to respect you. So I feel like a lot of you, pile 2, set a boundary in place. You told your person, as long as third party is, you know, in the mix, don't call me, don't have nothing to do with me, just leave me alone. And your person is respecting that. Okay, but we're going to find out what's going on over here with lightning. Tell me more about lightning, about where pile 2 stands with you. Again, this says sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, transformation. We got the death card showing up. And then we had one flip on the Fool. But yeah, it's the Fool in reverse. And so we got Scorpio and Aquarius coming up here for lightning. This feels like their energy coming... this is where they stand with you. Okay, how does this relate to pile 3? Or pile 2, sorry. How does this relate to pile 2? They're trying to do it right. What's right? Tell me more about death. Okay, no. The death is not in relation to you guys, okay? You guys, okay, this is making a lot of sense. You having withdrawn your energy or them not having anything to do, you guys not talking, not communicating is really kind of, yeah, this is kind of turning into a third party reading, you know, but it is what it is. If there's a love triangle here, that is, you know, your connection is a part of it, right? And so that's why this is coming through. Where you stand with your person, pile 2, you and your person not having any communication. For a lot of you, you're not having any contact with your person beyond like what is necessary. And what that is doing is it is highlighting the truth of the connection that your person is with the third party. They are seeing that connection with the third party as it truly is, okay? And it's not favorable for the third party, okay? And so if there was a love triangle, and for those of you where this resonates, awesome. If this part does not resonate, again, it's general, so just hold on. More general messages are coming. But this message is for those of you that were active in an actual love triangle where, you know, they were with someone, but they were also seeing you and blah, 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 right? What's coming through, pile 2, is while they were able to have you as an active participant in their life and they had the third party at the same time, you, believe it or not, were acting as a buffer. So they weren't really able to fully see like what they weren't getting from the third party. Okay, I hope that makes sense because they were getting that from you. Right? And so they weren't able to see their connection with the third party very clearly because whatever gaps they were experiencing in their connection and in their relationship with the third party were being filled in by you. And so they, you know, they were fine. They were, you know, they were fine with the relationship with the third party because, you know, I hope that makes sense. But since you have, for whatever reason, whether you did it voluntarily or not, them not having you in their life, now, you know, you're not there to fill in the gaps for them anymore, you know, so what they're having to do is they're having to see exactly what their relationship with the third party is made up of, and they're seeing the gaps and there's holes in that connection, and they're being highlighted is what I'm hearing. Okay, so for those of you where that's relevant, you know, you can take that as good news or whatever, but this is just letting you know where you stand with your person. For those of you where you know that there is not a third party in the mix, although for a lot of you I feel there is, okay, overall what this is saying is your absence in your person's life is really highlighting the gaps and the holes in their life that you filled, and what that's doing is that's making them crave you even more, okay, whether they have a third party or not. Wherever those gaps and their holes are at, whether it's in life in general or in a specific connection with somebody, they are noticing where you filled in the gaps and where you filled in the holes in their life and where you brought fulfillment and satisfaction, and now they don't have that in their life anymore. It's making them crave you and your energy even more. Okay, but that was only able to come in your absence, and this is why this is like they weren't expecting it. They didn't see it. That's why this is coming through. It's like it's shocking. They didn't realize, like they were completely blind to both how you were filling in the gaps for them, and they were also completely blind to the gaps in the connection that they're in. Like they were completely blind to the fact that there are holes and gaps in their connection with the third party. They couldn't see it before because they weren't experiencing you know, the absence of those things because you were filling those in, right? But now that you're not there and you're not fulfilling those in, that you're not feeling that anymore, now they're seeing exactly what their life and or their connection with that third party is made of, and they're not liking it. It's not favorable, okay? what that is doing is it is pushing to the forefront of exactly how important you were to them and the impact, the positive, fulfilling and satisfying impact that you brought to their life. Okay, this is what this is it, is paradise. This is what they're realizing they're missing out on now that you're not there, is happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, and enjoying each other. Okay, interesting. All right, what we're going to do now, we're going to find out what their intentions with you in this connection are. What are your intentions with pile 2? Whoa. We got cut out. We'll find out what that's coming. We got cursed in the reverse. Okay, I see what that's talking about. Yeah, all right. So we got cursed in the reverse. So in the upright position, this says string of bad relationship, karmic cycle, the evil eye, but that's in the reverse, and right next to it is cut out. So, and then we also have divine intervention with angels are helping, trusting the divine plan, and believing in miracles. And you know what? For those of you that are here from pile 1, and even if you're not from pile 1, there's a lot of the same energies that's coming through. Your person, for whatever reason, may be in an energy pile 2 where they're believing like it would be a miracle if pile 2 and I were ever able to get back together and actually work things out. You know, it could be that your person, there was a lot of damage done to this connection. Maybe there's quite a history and a past that the two of you have where your person did some pretty despicable things, you know. At the very least, your person is understanding and realizing that the way that they showed up or didn't show up made them not a safe space for you. Not a safe space for your heart, not a safe space for your mind. They did not bring you peace. In fact, they probably, for a lot of you, robbed you of your peace. And so, like, their intentions are to try to cut out the things within them that made them maybe feel like they were a curse to you. Okay, they don't want to behave and submit keeps wanting to come through. They're submitting to this divine intervention here. Your person may have been very much a control freak, pile 2, very manipulative, especially if you knew your person to be, if not a textbook, you know, diagnosable narcissist, they may have just had a lot of selfish narcissistic tendencies, but you know, there's some energies here of them trying to submit to the will of something higher, and it could even be to you, right? Maybe they had a very difficult time submitting and surrendering to you. They could have fought you in this connection at every turn. And so their intentions are to try to cut out, you know, it says cutting ties. Ooh, that says cutting ties and in separation. I'll have to, you know, cutting your losses and leaving before it gets worse. I will, and this is carrying the energies of, yeah, your person possibly separating from you and remaining in the separation because they were realizing that things were not going to get better, that they might only get worse because of, you know, the water that was under the bridge or because of the past that the two of you had. But there is a thing here with your person where they're almost hoping for divine intervention, right? I will clarify to see what, you know, because I'm really focusing here on believing in miracles, you know. We'll find, oh, there's true love at the bottom of the deck. Okay. That says experiencing wholeness, unconditional love, long-lasting bond. What feels like with these two together, cursed in the reverse and cut off, is like your person trying to put a stop to the pattern. That they, like their part, like the energy that they were putting in that was continuing a very negative karmic cycle between the two of you, right? Cutting that out and submitting to divine intervention when it comes to this connection. I'm hearing your person is actually hoping for some kind of divine intervention when it comes to this connection. There's a Hierophant that can talk about the higher self. Okay, that can talk about God, source, the universe, submitting to the will of the higher self or a higher power and things of that nature when it comes to this connection. But this is coming through like your person, like we got the Page of Cups in the reverse, and so cup energy or page energy for me is all about messages, right? You know, them maybe wanting to message you, but they're refraining from that because they're really trying to follow a divine plan, a divine path, especially because this is all about this connection. This is their intentions with you in this connection. Their intentions really feel, pile 2, like they're not taking action unless they feel like it's aligned in some way. They're really trying to cut out some bad habits with them, toxic habits, when it comes to you in this connection. Tell me more about cut out. There's the Hermit in the reverse. You know, they may have resisted some self-reflection. Yeah, they're trying to cut out. Oh, wow. You guys, let me get a drink real quick. I've been talking for a minute. Okay. They're trying to find or become a much more stable, reliable, responsible partner. Okay, but we got the feminine energy here that's coming in, and when we think about feminine energies, and I don't feel like this is pointing towards a specific person, but your person's own energy, they're trying to get stabilized. And their masculine energy may have been hyper developed, and they may not have had enough feminine energy. In fact, a lot of the times too, masculines can be deactivated and be more in their feminine than their masculine. You know, your person may have, you know, with the Hermit in the reverse, this would be your person maybe not taking the time out to reflect on how, you know, they contributed to the demise of this connection. You know, and there's a couple of things coming through here. I will say if your person is in a connection with, you know, an earth sign, well, with the Hermit here, that's specifically Virgo, but other earth signs are going to be Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. This could be them possibly cutting off the connection with that person, them cutting ties with a third party, okay? There is an energy here of your person almost being willing to do that if they knew under some weird miracle that the two of you could work things out. But your person isn't taking any action in that direction. They're leaving it up to the universe, basically, to God, to the higher self, to a higher power. They feel the true love with you, a long-lasting bond. It says unconditional love, and they experience wholeness with you. And at the same time, it's almost like your person feels like if they were to take action just themselves of their own will and of their own accord, something very disastrous might come from that. Heavy on like pile 1, a lot of energies from pile 1 coming into pile 2, because we talked a lot about that in pile 1's, you know, reading as well when it came to their person. So again, I mean, if you're feeling called at all to pile 1, you know, pile 2, definitely go check it out, because there's a lot of that energy seeping through here. But if not, then just know that your person is having some level of self-awareness as to how they were kind of sowing some very toxic energies into this connection, okay? And so they're being very careful about how they move when it comes to you in this connection. They're not wanting to be this karmic energy in your life anymore. This, you know, it says here, you know, like breaking the pattern of being another string of bad relationships, not only for themselves, but also for you. Okay. We're going to move on to the next question, which is it the next action? Yeah, their next action. So we talked about what they want. Let's talk about what they might actually do, if anything. What are your next actions towards pile 2? Ooh, wow. We got dreams, soulmate, and the star. They're definitely holding out on hope, okay? Definitely holding out on hope when it comes to this connection. We got actions here. So we have dreams. It says vivid dreaming, dream messages, reaching for your dreams. Your dreams are calling you, the power of imagination. For some of you, I heard that your person, if they believe in that, I mean, they may set some kind of an intention before they go to sleep to dream of you. If they believe in being able to communicate with you telepathically and through dreams, that's what they're doing. That's their action, right? And that's like they're gonna continue to do that to communicate with you. But this is on purpose, okay? This is something they're doing consciously. Like communicating with you through your dreams, keeping that line of communication open, especially for those of you where you are deliberately in no contact or no communication with your person. Like communication is either completely stopped or you're only communicating as needed. Like that's their way of staying in contact and having an open line of communication with you is telepathically, okay? But this is very conscious. Like your person is aware of this, like they are doing it on purpose. This says soulmates. It says harmonious partnership, a powerful love, soul family, soul group, a bond that helps you grow. The star says wish fulfillment, blessings. It also says wealth and fame, becoming quite popular, brand new and hopeful life. Wow. I am going to say pile 2, the energy is coming through here of your person taking some kind of an action in hope of renewing the connection between you guys. It's not coming through as what kind of connection that might be. Let's find out. Tell me more about dreams in terms of actions. With self-image here at the bottom of the deck about their next action, I'm seeing where it says focusing on what you can change. Okay. They're trying to figure, I'm hearing they're trying to figure out a loophole. They're trying to figure out a way around your boundaries. Your person is coming through pile 2 with wanting to have some kind of an active role in your life, but heavy energies on boundaries here. You've erected a boundary against this person. I'm hearing absolutely not, right? But your person, that's just where they're at, where their actions are at, is just trying to find a way around, you know, that boundary so that they can find some kind of a loophole so that they can be involved with you somehow. Tell me about dreams. We got the 8 of Swords in the reverse. Something about, you know, if only in your person's imagination are they able to have a relationship with you. It's almost like they've almost resigned themselves to that just as a way to help ease the pain, okay? With the 8 of Swords in the reverse. Your person does not like not being with you. They don't like not having you in their life. For those of you where if you're not... like if it was something for you to spend the holidays together, because at the filming of this video, we're in December of 2024, it's timeless, but you know, it is bringing that up for those of you, if you were in the habit of spending the holidays together and now you're not, they're not liking that, right? This is giving me a lot of energies of your person not really being able to, or not feeling like they have the clearance from you to take action from you in a physical, you know, 3D sense. And so the only way they're able to take action with you is purely, you know, in a dreamlike state, purely in the imagination, you know, communication happening through dreams and telepathically and things of that nature. Tell me more about soulmates. 2 of Cups in the reverse. Like, but not at this time. But this is talking about bridging the gap, because here it says focusing on what you can change. A bond that helps you grow. And I've seen something else about bonds too. Definitely a lot of it, you know, here about bonds, like wanting to repair the bond. Like you guys having such a bond and a soulmate connection that even though, because the 2 of Cups in the reverse can just talk about not being on the same page. You know, I mean, it can talk about, you know, the dissolution of a relationship also, but what's coming through is a lot about your person kind of having hope that the bond itself, the connection itself between the 2 of you will endure despite, you know, what's going on right now. I'll be honest, you know, as far as actions go, there's not a lot of action your person's going to take. It almost feels like their action is inaction when it comes to the connection. They're leaving things up to the divine. They're leaving things up to fate. It's like if if pile 2 and I are meant to be together, then we're going to be together. But they're almost realizing and have almost resigned themselves to the fact that you can't be together now for whatever reason. For a lot of you, it's because they're in a third party, but almost feel like that third party is there for your person to kind of help them lick their own wounds, right? There's something going on between your guys' dynamic where your person, the two of you might be able to be together, but your person is understanding that there may have been so much damage done to the connection that if they were to leave the third party and be with you, it would not be a happy reunion. Or if it were a happy reunion, it would only last for maybe a month or two. And then, all of your the ghosts of your guys' past, would come up to haunt you and to haunt the connection. And they're just not, I feel like there's a lot of negative karma that's needing to be cleared out in the connection between you guys. That's what's coming through. Your person's aware of that. That's why they're not making moves, because pile 2, I'm picking up your person prefers you. They might be with the third party, but they prefer you. Okay, if there's no third party, it's like they prefer you. It's not that they prefer the single life, but your person is understanding that there's so much water under the bridge that there's too much negative karma. It's like you have to heal, they got to heal, y'all got to heal is what's coming through. What's the star here for the next action? Yeah, the star, their hope, and clarified by the tower in the reverse. That's Mars energy. That's Aries and Scorpio energy. The star is more Aquarius energy. Healing. They're not taking action. Their action is to, kind of direct a lot of positive energy and love and strength to the connection itself in the form of healing. Okay, there is hope here too. All right, your person is having hope that the connection between the two of you can heal, especially if there were a lot of past hurts, okay? There is some energies here of some negative karma in this connection that needs to be healed, and your person is hoping that that can be done, okay? They're hoping that that can be done. Let's see. Next we have their thoughts and feelings towards you. Your thoughts and feelings towards pile 2. Your honest thoughts and feelings towards pile 2. One more shuffle. Your honest thoughts and feelings towards pile 2. Make sure we're still doing good up here. Yep, okay. Your honest thoughts and feelings towards pile 2, please. Strictly sexual. Your honest thoughts and feelings towards pile 2. Can't stop thinking about it. Yeah, okay. We want different things. I feel like that's where things are at right now. Your thoughts and feelings towards pile. There's living single. There's I forgive you, okay? So, you know what? For those of you where your person is in a third-party connection, I mean, they're living single. I mean, they might be, they might have a spoken commitment with someone else, but honestly, the energy that's coming through, that's a rebound, okay? Your person isn't really thinking too much in long term. Not to say that they haven't talked about things, but the energy that's coming through, I mean, it's weird because I'm picking up on energies where it could just be faking. Like, I'm not saying your person, it's weird. It's weird. This is not a third party reading, but regardless of how your person, what they're saying, even what they're showing to a third party, I'm not picking up on there's a lot of sincerity there. They're living single, whether they're in a committed spoken relationship with someone else or not. They don't really see themselves as taken, which is really strange. I mean, I get some people are like that, Let's get one more. Your thoughts and feelings towards pile 2. I saw that at the back of the deck. You got me over the third party and my ex. So this says remembering focusing on bad times. Yeah, your person, what I'm picking up on, like their overall thoughts and feelings, especially when it comes to we want different things. Your person is just overly focused on, they want peace. I don't know if there was a lot, you know, because of maybe what happened between you two in the past. I don't know if there was just a lot of arguments and drama and conflict and chaos in your guys' connection, and a lot of that could very well be due in part to your person not being a safe space for you. And if that is true, pile 2, your person is very aware of the part that they played in the chaos and in the drama and stuff. They're realizing like, yeah, I was the cause of a lot of that, you know. And at the same time, that doesn't stop your person from craving comfort and peace within the dynamics of a romantic relationship. And unfortunately, it can be very difficult to clear the slate. And so what's coming up, and this came up for people in pile 2 as well, pile 1 as well, you know, your person you know, we want different things, but what that's coming through for your person is they want peace. And not to say that you don't also want peace in your connection, pile 2, but that would require you to, you know, forgive and forget. And of course you're not gonna forget, but that would be you having the ability to act as if, you know, you and your person had never met. You guys don't have the past that you, it's like they're a whole different person, right? They're understanding. That's a very tall order. You know, some people can do that. Most people cannot. At least, you know, and that's kind of like, you know, people can do that with the same person if there's a lot of time between, a lot of time and a lot of healing. And so what we want different things, what's coming through for that, and I will clarify it, is that, you know, your person is wanting a clean slate. They want a clean slate. And they're also being very realistic that you may not be able to do that. You may not be able to just wipe the slate clean of however many years of history and past that you have with this person and all the real negative, you know, karmically difficult situations that you've had with them, right? That's what they want. And so if they are in a third party with anyone else, and that's the draw to having a brand new relationship with someone else, is there's no past with that person. It's only a clean slate, right? And so it is, I know it can be bittersweet because, you know, they have learned their lessons with you. Unfortunately, them learning their lesson doesn't clear the slate clean for you, right? For a lot of you anyway. It doesn't take away your memory and by proxy the suspicion that you may have towards them, your distrust of them, right? See, when them starting with someone else, that person doesn't have that history of them cheating, you know, all the bad stuff that happened before. It's just a clean slate. And so, you know, until your person muddies up and breaks that slate and scratches it, you know, it's peace, it's comfort, it's whatever. There's nothing to fight about, right? And so that's what they mean by we want different things. Your person, you know, they want a clean slate, and, you know, although they are understanding as to why you can't provide that, it's still, you know, they still want a clean slate. Not to say that you don't also, but the slate between you and your person is it's too damaged. And they understand that, and they understand why, right? And there's nothing that they can do about that now. We'll find out what I forgive you is about. With strictly sexual and can't stop thinking about it, they often do think about your guys' sexual connection quite a bit. If you guys gone there, the sexual compatibility, the sexual chemistry, it's something that they think about often. There's a star again. You know, and there may be things in your connection that that your person feels like they have to forgive you about, right? But this is also coming through like they hope that you can forgive them, right? With the star and I forgive you, like they genuinely hope that you're going to be able to forgive them for like the way that, you know, the way that they hurt you, all the ways that they hurt you in the past. Tell me more about remembering, focusing on the bad times, judgment. I feel like this is their way of almost deactivating themselves from this connection. That's their way of trying to keep themselves, yeah, with the Devil in the reverse and then the Eight of Cups. You know what just came through, pile 2? Your person actually is upset with you. If you walked away from them while they were still trying to heal. Like they are somewhat, I'm hearing low key, they are mad at you for not sticking with them through thick and thin. Like, you know, you walked away while they were actually starting to heal. That might be what they're wanting to forgive you about. Like, you know, whether or not, you know, I mean, people can do that all the time. They can feel attacked and feel slighted when actually that's not what happened at all, but that doesn't take away from, you know, your person's own actual experience of how they experience things. And so there's an energy here of where you left them almost when they felt they needed you the most. You walked away. Like, you know, with the Devil in the reverse, this was them like really realizing, because we got the Judgment, we got the Devil in the reverse, and then we got the Eight of Cups. Like, your person really was noticing about themselves. Like, they got issues. They were willing to work on them. You know, they were even willing to work on things with you in this connection, but you walked away anyway. But they're forgiving you for that. Okay, well, yeah, Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. That's exactly what that is. They're having a hard time. They are in the process of letting that go. They want to let that go. They are feeling like, you know, what's that word? Slighted. They're feeling slighted by you because they were like something about, you know, with Judgment. That's a very clear decision. I don't know if you guys had some kind of a conversation where you told them you were willing to work things out. You were willing to work things through. You know, you like realizing that, okay, they woke up to like some of their toxic patterns. You know, woke up to yours and, you know, yes, let's try and work things out let's try and do this healing thing together, right? And for whatever reason, you changed your mind about that and walked away anyway. They were having a hard time with that, okay? Like they feel like they're needing to forgive you, and they are. They are forgiving you. Tell me more about you got me over my ex / the third party. Yeah, I feel like again this is alluding to what we talked about before. Your person was confused about the third party, but what was confusing your person was because your energy was also in the mix, and so they couldn't see the third party and their connection with the third party for what it truly was. But when you took your energy out, again, right, this is just going back to that, they're not confused anymore. They see it for what it is. Okay, so I don't know if maybe you were picking up on some things about the third party, and maybe you've even told them about the third party, right? And they were just refusing to see it. But whether or not they ever tell you that, that's what's happening here. You withdrawing your energy, you know, is really helping them see how them and the third party really are not a good fit. Okay? They're really not a good fit. And you helped them do that by withdrawing your energy, by being absent. Because now that they're not being fulfilled and satisfied by you in those areas, now they're left void in those areas, and the third party is not filling up those voids, okay? I'm hearing only you could do that, and it may be something having to do with sexual. Let's talk about Can't Stop Thinking About It. Oh, it keeps him up at night. What's keeping him up at night with the Nine of Swords? And strictly sexual, there's the Star. Oh, wow. Tell me more about strictly sexual and why that's here for thoughts and feelings. Ace of Wands and the... Yeah, okay. So that's what's prime. You guys have some kind of a very intense sexual connection. Okay. And that may have been what held you guys to, because I'm picking up on some very, you know, again, a lot of energies from pile one are here. There's an underlying energy here of very, 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 very toxic dynamic, and things were really good. Things were really good between you guys in the bedroom, and it may have been that the things in the bedroom is what kept things afloat, because things were so good in the bedroom that it almost like made up for all the toxicity that was going on outside, right? Your person felt the same way, pile two. They still feel that way. They cannot forget about it. And you know, that may be a lot too. There may be, you know, TMI for those of you, right? Or maybe it's too much information, but for those of you that will appreciate it, there may be a very fundamental sexual incompatibility that your person is experiencing with the third party that they didn't really pay that much attention to when the two of you were still having, you know, those sensual sexual moments. And now that they're not having that and experiencing that with you anymore, there's a lot about the flaws, the fundamental core differences and flaws in their connection with the third party. For those of you where that's relevant, it is really being highlighted right now. Okay, for those of you where that matters. With the Ace of Wands showing up in the reverse, your person may be even having some sexual impotence, okay, if they have a penis, all right, where they may not have experienced that with you. It's almost like, you know, literally what's coming up for some of you is that they can't get it up. They can't get it up for the other person because... wow, that's too much, okay? That's too much. This is not an 18 plus reading, but there's some juicy tea for those of you that were wanting it, okay? Let's move on. Man, that was some tea right there. We'll have to do another third party reading about getting the tea on, you know, the third party for those of you that would like that. We're going to find out what the most likeliest of outcomes are now. What's the most likeliest of outcomes between pile two and their person? What's the most likeliest of outcomes for this connection? All right, so we got Axe. So it says break up, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. All right, what's the most likeliest of outcomes here? We got Camera. It says reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learn from the past, make memories. What's the most likeliest of outcomes here for pile two in their person? That's too many. The most likeliest of outcomes between pile two and their person. The most likeliest of outcomes between pile two and their person. Not a lot right now, I'll be honest, pile two. It doesn't look like there's going to be any progress made in this connection. Wherever you guys are at right now, it feels like that's pretty much where it's going to stay, okay? And a lot of you guys are broken up, you're in separation, and we have self-indulgence here, okay? So Camera, we have reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learning from the past, okay? Definitely learning lessons from these very difficult dynamics in this connection. The most likeliest of outcomes is that, you know, this connection is going to be abandoned in favor of like self-healing. Okay. Now it's funny that we have Camera here and self-indulgent. I think this message came through. It came through in pile one for a lot of you. Where your person is concerned, you know, there's going to be a lot of self-pleasuring to like memories of you, photos of you, old videos and stuff like that. Let me find out what, let's see, Axe. Let's clarify Axe. Eight of Pentacles, yeah. No more energy and no more work is going into the connection. That's the most likeliest of outcomes. That's basically what it is. It's like wherever things are now, if you guys are separated, you're not talking, you're broken up, that's, at least for the time being, that's how things, and for the foreseeable future, I'm hearing that's how things are going to stay. Tell me more about camera. Yeah. Ten of Wands in the reverse. I'm telling you, you guys, yeah. So this absence and this breakup and this separation, you know, may be causing a lot of overwhelming pent-up sexual frustration. And if that's the case, then with the Ten of Wands coming up in the reverse, clarifying the camera, that's going back to, you know, your person or you. I mean, you know, however it resonates, like that's the way that you're going to be able to relieve some of that pent-up sexual tension, is just through memories, right? But if you're not the one doing that, that's your person, okay? Because there is energies here of your person, like I said, like them not taking action, but they're still, you know, going to you in dreams and communicating with you telepathically. This is very deliberate stuff, all right? And so, you know, this is energies, like the most likeliest of outcomes is your person is going to continue to keep their distance from you and then from this connection, but that's not going to stop them from thinking about you and imagining you and fantasizing about you and looking at your pictures and replaying things in their head and stuff, things of that nature. Tell me more about self-indulgent. For the Ten of Wands for you guys, the Ten of Wands in the reverse, clarifying camera, this is giving me energies like where this connection is headed. You are going to keep reminding yourself how much of a burden this connection was on you, like how much it took from you, how much it drained from you. And that's why you're going to go into this mode of self-indulgence. Like you're really just going to indulge in self-care, loving yourself, healing, doing the shadow work, you know. It's a self-appreciation, time to heal, self-worth, focus on self. Yeah, tell me more about self-indulgent. We got the Six of Wands in the reverse. Ooh, yeah. So taking the time to really reclaim your passion, reclaim your power, regain your, I just heard independence. I was going to say confidence, but independence. So some of you may have, you know, somehow in some way became dependent on this person's energy in some way, shape, or form. Whether you were dependent on their validation, whether you were dependent on them financially, however, right? But it's like cutting, right? We're cutting that off. We're breaking that pattern. We're stopping that. And we're indulging in ourselves to reclaim that. Because right now, we got the Six of Wands in the reverse, clarifying the Queen of Wands in the reverse. That's like you not realizing who and what you really are. And it could be as a result of how this dynamic played out, right? You may have forgotten how beautiful you are, how attractive you are, how magnetic and charismatic you are. You may have forgotten how powerful and popular and likable and lovable you are. You may have forgotten why, you know, people just tend to want to focus their spotlight on you with, you know, the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands in the upright position for me is somebody, you know, not only are they winning, but they're on a pedestal, right? And so these two clarifying self-indulgent, the most likeliest of outcomes for this connection, I feel like this connection took you out of that energy and it definitely knocked you off the pedestal. I feel like your person had a large role in doing that, which, side note, your person is actually cognizant of that. They realize that and they're sorry that they did that to you. And, you know, for you, you know, what's going to happen next in this connection is you reclaiming your power, reclaiming that pedestal. And not only that, but, you know, really loving what it feels like just being with yourself and in your own energy. High energy here about not being dependent on anyone else's energy, not being codependent anymore, like healing that part of you where you no longer need someone's validation in order to feel confident, in order to feel worthy. Not that you don't appreciate, you know, validation, but you don't need it. Even if that person isn't validating you, you self-validate. I hope that makes sense. All right, what we're going to do now is get some direct messages from them to you. And then we're going to close out your reading. So if this has resonated, you guys, do me a favor. Make sure you're smashing the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know what pile you picked. Let me know how it's resonating. I love reading your guys' stories, your experiences. Become part of the family by hitting the subscribe button along with the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. All right, your messages. Look at that. I left you before you could leave me. Your messages to pile 2, please. I have too much to lose. Your messages to pile 2, please. You broke my heart. Yeah. The feelings were there. If you're wondering, pile 2, whether or not it was real, it was. Right? It was. Now we got I don't want to let you go, but it flipped up in the reverse. And so your person does, like, they are feeling stuck on you, and they're trying to get out of that energy, right? We have I wish we could go back. See, so your person is trying to release you. They're trying because they're understanding that by holding on to hope for you and for this connection, that it is causing them to not have any peace, because your person is feeling out of control when it comes to you know, the direction of which a romantic connection with you can go. Okay, let's get one more. We got I find you so attractive. Yes they do. Yes they do. They really do. They still find you very attractive. And then at the bottom of the deck, it says, I still feel the pain. Your person is, what's coming through, pile 2, your person's not over you. They're not over this connection. They're trying to work through it. We saw the devil in the reverse come up quite a bit in the connection, in things, you know, or in this reading. But one of the very first cards that came out in the spread was addiction. Your person is still very codependent on your energy. They're trying to heal from that. What's coming through, I'm hearing a message pile. Okay, so you may have been healing that, that addiction to them. You may have also been very codependent on their energy. They're just now starting to try to heal that. Or at least they might, and it may even just be a thing where now they're just finally realizing, like, that's an issue, like they're codependent, right? Let's see. 3 more cards and then we're going to call it done. Yeah, with I wish we could go back. Pile 2, your person is like, they do. They wish like they could go back and undo all the pain that they caused you. Let's see. Messages to pile 2, please. Betrayal. Their fleeting heart will only end up betraying you in the end. Your soul deserves better. That's some heavy self-awareness on your person's part, pile 2. Them understanding and realizing that they have such a deep wounding within them, that where they're at right now in terms of their healing journey, they're nowhere near healed. And they understand that if they were to, that they can't even, not only can they not heal, not help heal the connection from all the past hurts, they would just continue to reopen the wound and cause like more wounds, right? Let's get 2 more. We got sexual union. wanted to come up in the reverse though. So, you know, your person really is trying not to focus on these things. Sexual union says their greatest sex memories are with you, but it's more than just sex. It's their memory of feeling so close to you. Your person's trying to block all that out. They're really trying to get over you in the connection. So with I don't want to let you go, that came up in the reverse position. So what that's letting me know is they do want to let you go. They haven't let you go, but they want to because it's causing them a lot of pain, okay? So hold on. Fairy tale. Says they think this kind of love only happens in fairy tale stories. Fairy tale stories, because to them you are too perfect to believe that it's true. And then we got permanent mark on the back of the deck. Says you left a permanent mark on their heart that cannot be erased. Even if they tried, you will always be remembered, you know? And your person is realizing that. There really is an uh-oh or an oh shit moment that your person's having, like, you know, like this hasn't dawned on all the realizations that they're having about you and the truth of your guys' connection and how deep and how real and how, you know, beautiful it was. Like they didn't see it for what it was, and now they are, right? They're having all these realizations way too late. It's too late. Like they've already caused so much damage to you and to this connection, to the connection mostly. Like you are able to heal, you can heal yourself, right? But so much damage to the connection itself has been done. Like in order for you guys to even be able to have anything romantic again or anything close again, I mean, a lot of time will have had to pass, and it's like, you know, you guys having to experience each other as two completely whole different people, right? Which, I mean, it can happen. It happens a lot, actually, you know. But we're talking about years, right? So your person really is trying to move on. I do want to clarify what they mean by I have too much to lose. Oh, okay. Because here it says I left you before you could leave me, and right next to that is I have too much to lose, because you leaving them, they could not face the rejection, okay? They just couldn't handle it. They cannot handle feeling rejected. And so, let's clarify though. What's I have too much to lose in regard to your messages to pile 2, please. And they did it with a quickness. Yeah, they did. Okay, so we have strength here, but we also have the 8 of Wands. They acted on that very, very quick. That's what they felt they had to lose. They had to leave you before you could leave them, because they would lose their strength. They would lose their inner fortitude, and they, you know what I mean? They would lose their centering, their ground, their ability to ground themselves. Very indicative of somebody with some kind of an insecure, avoidant attachment style, whether it's dismissive, whether it's just straight up avoidant, whether it's fearful avoidant. Your person pulled the plug on the connection before you could, and they may have taken some drastic measures in order to do that. For those of you where you know that whole third party dynamic thing rang true, that's, like I said, that's what that was about. That it wasn't that was about, trying to it's just a rebound. We won't spend any more time on that, but you get the gist, you guys, okay? Pile 2, that was your reading. I hope that it resonated. Again, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I will see you at your next pick a card love reading. Bye, guys. Hello, pile 3. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We're doing a pick a card reading, a love pick a card reading. This is the confusing love connection. Okay, so this is going to be one of my most in-depth, longest readings on the channel. They run about 45 minutes to an hour. So hunker down, go get something to drink. We're going to be here for a minute, okay? Because I get very in-depth about this connection. The whole point is to try to clarify the confusing connection so it's not so confusing for you anymore, all right? So keep in mind, pile 3, it's a general reading, so whatever resonates, take it, run with it. If something does not resonate, just drop it, leave it behind for the people for whom it does. I do have this exact reading available as a personal reading if you would like for me to tap exclusively into the energy of you and your person's connection. Just check the description box below for booking details. There's payment plans available for those of you where it would benefit. Otherwise, there's a lot of other personal readings available in the specific person category, including some $25 readings. All right, so we're just going to get into your reading. Oh, and if you want to know exactly what we're going to be covering in this reading, just check the description box. I put an outline for you guys there. Otherwise, just kick back and enjoy the reading as it unfolds. Let's see, you guys were drawn to the Aura Amethyst point. I love that Aura Amethyst. We'll put it off to the side there. Or you know what? We can put it over here. It wants to be on camera. Okay, let's get the overall energies. We've got Flirt. It says extend your lighthearted energy to others, and then we have to be fair. But it is showing up in the reverse position, so let's find out what's going on with that. The number 38 could be significance. What is this in the reverse? Where are you at? Okay, here we go. All right, so to be fair in the reverse, it says injustice and iniquity are part of life, but they do not have to define your experience. This is a time when you may observe an injustice righted or fairly redressed. Perhaps you come to the rescue of someone else or are called to answer for a personal slight. You will be amazed by the sense of power that surges through you when you stand up for yourself and others. This card also indicates a good time to advocate for others who are less fortunate. Choose your cause and commit to it because you can make a difference. One thing is for certain. If fairness is your intention, the situation will be resolved for the highest good of all, concerned through acts of kindness, empathy, and courage. Interesting. Overall energies that are coming through with that, because we have Flirt, but we also have to be fair in the reverse. It almost feels like I am picking up on energies where some of you may have put your, you drew like a line in the sand regarding something. This can carry the energies of maybe wanting to keep things lighthearted because the other, just the connection itself just may be in the dynamic of something that just can't handle something more serious at this point in time. Wanting to take things slow, wanting to see how things kind of naturally unfold, right? This is the overall the overall general energies of the connection itself. We are going to get into your person's energy specifically to see how they contribute to that. Okay. It almost feels like, though, the capacity of this connection can only handle something lighthearted at this point in time, but we'll see. That's how you keep things fair in the connection. You're not expecting more of the other person. Like, there's not a lot expected of this connection because there's an understanding here that to expect more from it would actually be somewhat unfair and unjust. We'll see how that plays out. Very interesting messages coming through with that. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Pile 3's person. Pile 3's person. The person on pile 3's mind. Where does pile 3 stand with you at this point in time? Show me where pile 3 stands with you. Where does pile 3 stand with you? Pile 3's person. Ooh, stabbed in the back. This is heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. Wow. Let's get 2 more. Where does pile 3 stand with you? Yeah, I feel like you guys drew a boundary. They're soulmates, okay? This is soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract. Let's get 1 more. Where does pile 3 stand with you? Camera. Reminisce, keepsake, perception, learning from the past, make memories. Let's clarify and see what's going on with stabbed in the back. At the very back of the deck, we got love call. This is someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. Yeah, I feel like some of you may have, y'all drew some, there's some kind of a boundary that was drawn here. Whatever boundary that was, your person is not very happy with it, okay? Let's find out though. Stabbed in the back. Why is that here for where pile 3 stands with you? I will say, pile 3, there are feelings here. You're going to know what the dynamic is, because over here I'm picking up these energies of like this connection not being able for whatever reason to be anything more than what it is, right? And this is a mutual understanding. This is a general energy of the connection. Not to say that your person doesn't have the feelings of it, but there might be something going on with them personally, financially, mentally, emotionally, whatever, where they don't have the capacity to show up in a very, you know, solid way, reliable, responsible way. I feel like you guys, and you can share in the comments if you feel led, like what the deal about that is. There's a mutual understanding here though. Tell me more about stabbed in the back. This is going back more to like learning lessons, learning from the past. Explain the 2 of Pentacles, please. We've got the 2 of Pentacles here, and then the Page of Pentacles. Ace of Cups. This feels like somebody withdrawing an offer, withdrawing their energy, you know, but I mean, this it doesn't feel, yeah, your person is showing up like in this energy, like heartbreak, pain. It's not necessarily an attack. I mean, they could feel like a little bit slighted, especially if you drew a boundary, you know, they just may be the kind of person that, you know, isn't liking boundaries. And for some of you, it could be that it's like, you know, you seeing the connection for what it is, and at the same time being like, I want more than that. Like, yeah, I understand why things maybe not be able to go beyond, you know, flirtation or beyond being casual, and I want something more than that. There definitely is an essence here of, you know, I'm trying to keep things general, right? The general message that I'm getting is that there was some kind of a boundary set in place and your person not being too happy about it. But there is an understanding, right? It's like they're not happy about it and they understand where it's coming from and why, okay? And so okay. Your person's under the impression, pile 3, that you may have, like, because you've withdrawn your energy from them in this connection, you know, to some capacity, whether you did it all the way, whether you guys are in any kind of communication or not, they're under the impression that you may be like funneling whatever energy you took away from them into somebody else, okay? With the 2 of Pentacles here and the Page of Pentacles, possibly something like a new relationship, right? This is just the impression they're under, whether or not you are actually doing that, okay? But with the Ace of Cups in the reverse, this is like, I see you, right? This is the image that I'm getting, pile 3. At some point in time in this connection, there was a cup of love, your cup of love, that you put on the table to them, that you were offering them, like, here, this is for you to take if you know, and if they want to take it, they can take it. But I'm seeing you have removed that. The cup, your cup of love, your offer of that love is no longer on the table. And I'm feeling like it's because at some point in this dynamic, you've come to want something more. I'm feeling it's what's coming through for me, and this may be getting a little bit specific, okay? So if it is specific and this doesn't resonate with you, just give me a minute, because this is going to be relevant to somebody, okay, watching. What's coming through is that this connection may have been very casual, maybe situationshipy, maybe very friends with benefits kind of a thing, right? And it was mutual in that energy, and then at some point in time it developed into something more, whether it was for one or both of you. But for some reason I keep picking up on this energy where the connection itself may not have had the capacity to go beyond anything more, even though the feelings were there. The feelings are there for your person too, okay? So even if this started off as mutually, you know, casual, mutually situationship, mutually in a friends of benefits, right? It was also mutual that it developed, the feelings developed into something more. But I am picking up on energies here for some reason. The capacity for it developing into something more committed just is not and was not there, okay? It just was not there. Tell me more about, let's see, soulmate. So like where you stand with your person, pile 3, your person does feel a very deep level soul connection with you. It's an actual connection. It's an actual bond, okay? Tell me more about soulmates though. There's that Page of Cups in the reverse. This feels unspoken. They have not told you this. They have not told you how deeply they feel this bond. They have not told you that, but they do feel that. And the fact this is coming up with in cup energy, this is love. This is affection. This is romance, okay? And we even got love call at the back of the deck. You know, this is them wanting to express that to you, but holding it back for some reason, okay? Again, this deck has another card in it that just talks about, you know, just conversation, having a talk, reaching out to somebody, but this specifically says love call. It specifically says expressing love, okay? Your person almost is holding a torch for you, and they're not letting you know about it. And if you know about it, they're not telling you how deep it goes. This feels like it's unspoken, unexpressed. Tell me what's going on with camera for where pile 3 stands with you. Then there's the Knight of Cups in the reverse. They're withholding a lot from you. This may have been why you drew a line in the sand. They're not letting you know where you stand with your person, pile 3. What's coming through, the message that I'm hearing is you are and have been a very important person in your person's life, and they haven't been showing it. They haven't been giving you any kind of offers to reflect it. They haven't been communicating it. There's a lot of energies of you being left in the dark about what their true thoughts and feelings are, because they're not showing it. They're not showing their hand is what I'm hearing. So what I'm seeing you do, okay, so that makes sense. So you put your cards on the table. You put your offer on the table for them to partake of. They withheld theirs. And so at some point in time, you're like, okay, this isn't working for me anymore. Since you're not putting your cards on the table, you're not putting any of your offers on the table, I'm just going to rescind mine, right? I'm taking mine back, right? They are feeling a type of way about that with stabbed in the back here, okay? They're not liking that. It's not necessarily that they're feeling stabbed in the back, but they are feeling the pain of separation, okay? Whether or not you're talking to your person, there is a shift in the dynamic between you and your person. They're realizing that, they're detecting that, and they're feeling a certain type of way about that pain. They're feeling painful and heartbroken over that. Okay, let's see. Let's find out what their intentions are. towards you in this connection? What are your intentions towards pile 3 in the connection? Separation. They're going to honor it. They're going to honor the separation. Let's see what else. We have heartbreak. Okay, at the bottom. Okay, that makes sense. It's in reverse. We got proof here. It says needing confirmation, searching for answers, and exaggerating minor issues. Your person's intentions are to respect the boundary that you set up, pile 3, and stay away, because that's what they think you want. Yeah, so we have withdrawal, disconnect, test of love, relationship breakdown. We have heartbreak here. It says break up, suffering and grieving, unable to move on. But their intention is to give you the space that you need. Like if you told them that you're not going to talk to them anymore because, you know, you're needing to move on, their intention is to give you the space to allow you to do that, okay? Let's find out what's going on with proof. What's proof here? Tell me more about proof, or clarify proof, please. We got Temperance here, that's Sagittarius energy. We have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, and then the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, they're not, this is only okay, so what proof is coming through for me in terms of like their intentions. It's almost like your person, they know that you're better off without them. And so they're going to give you the space that you need in order to get over them, because your person is just being very realistic about their capabilities and what they're able to give. Not, you know, we already saw that there's feelings there. They weren't very developed because they were coming through, you know, and what's coming, okay, let me clarify. Your person's feelings for you, we did have them coming through. A lot of cup energy, right? We had the Page and we had the Knight, and they were both in the reverse. And so your person may be stunted when it comes to emotional availability. Okay, the feelings are there, but for whatever reason, they're just not available. Okay, I'm not laughing at you, and I'm not laughing for that reason. It's just like when I say some things out loud, it's just like, wow. You know, the feelings are there. They're clearly showing up. And for whatever reason, and I have a feeling it just has a lot to do with your person's, you know, because we each have within us, if we think about it, we each have a capacity for holding emotion and holding affection. And we can only hold for others what we can hold for ourselves. Your person's container when it comes to love and self-love and just heart-based energies in general is not very big. Right, at all. And it's very underdeveloped. And so they gave you, what I am picking up on pile 3 is they gave you the fullness of what they were able to give, which was not much. Okay, and so, you know, very heavy avoidant tendencies coming through, possibly very dismissive avoidant. If you don't know a lot about attachment styles, definitely go look them up. Your person knows that you're better off without them. A lot of you, pile 3, your person knows they're just not relationship material. They know they're not healthy in terms of like emotional availability. Your person knows they're no good when it comes to, you know, really tight knit, close relationships. Okay. They're just, you know, coming through in that. So like your person's intentions are to give you space to allow you to heal, to allow you to move on, to, you know, not to say that the desire's not there. The desire came through. They want to reach out to you. They want to communicate to you. They want to express love to you. And at the same time, there's something going on with them where they withhold a lot of what they're feeling. And that could be it could be a very subconscious thing. They could be, you know, a self-preservation thing. You see what I'm saying? So as far as their intentions go, is to let you heal, you know, to stay separated from you, to stay withdrawn from you, to stay disconnected. They're not going to pursue you. We'll put it that way. Their intentions are to allow you to have the space that I feel a lot of you requested from them, so that you can heal. Okay. Let's see. What are their next actions towards you? What are your next actions, if any, towards pile 3? We got burnout, poor health, bridge. Let's see. Burnout says having too many irons in the fire, not taking care of yourself, lack of control, all work and no life. Poor health says neglecting health. Health needs assessment. This feels a lot like neglect. Okay. Bridge says another phase of life, transition, needing to find common ground and bridging the gap. We'll find out what that's in relation to, but as far as like their next action towards this connection is neglecting it, not taking any action towards it at all. We got learning at the back of the deck. So it says feeling tested with a situation. See, your person wants to bridge the gap between the two of you, but they're seeing themselves very clearly. They're seeing themselves as not being a very good influence for you, or at least they know they wouldn't be. Your person is coming through with this energy of being very realistic about their ability to give you what you want. And this is coming from them realizing they lack. They can't give you what they don't have. And so they're going to, like, you know, they're leaving you alone. But, you know, not that they want to. They don't want to leave you alone. But they are also being very realistic with the fact that, you know, at least if you guys parted on any kind of terms, it's like, whatever terms you guys parted on. I feel for a lot of you, you know, they're good-ish terms, right? But it's like if they tried to force something, if they tried to force a commitment with you, if they tried to force, you know, like what's coming through is like, could they try, like, you know, could they get into something more committed with you? They could. They're being realistic with what it is they have to actually give, though, which is not a heck of a whole lot. And so your person is kind of thinking longer down the road. It's like if they were to try to fake their way, not that they're not faking feelings, what they would be faking is their ability, right? They're not faking their feelings, but if they were to get into a connection with you that's something more solid, more reliable, more stable, more regular, that would be them faking their ability to actually do that, and things would end very badly. This is where your person's coming from. It's like, you know, I can either let things go now and things ended on good terms, at least better terms, than if I tried to force something out of myself that I don't have and things would end very badly. That's where they're coming from. That's why I feel like learning's at the back of the deck. You know, it says further education, discovering some truth. They know themselves very well. They know what they're capable of. They know there's some patterns here that they're recognizing about themselves. And so, you know, they're letting you go. You know, they're letting you heal so that, you know, they know that, again, that Nine of Pentacles was coming up, like you're better off alone. You're definitely better off without, you know, there, because we had that Ace of Pentacles there, right, in the reverse. And your person is realizing, like, they don't, you know, when you are able to find that person that has that Ace of Pentacles in the upright position, there's your Ten of Pentacles, there's your legacy, right? There's your happily ever after and beyond, but your person is understanding it's not their pentacle that's going to be able to do that. They don't have it to give. They can't even give it to themselves, let alone can they give it to you. So, let's find out what Bridge is talking about. This almost feels like moving on because it says another phase of life. Neglecting this connection and transitioning on into another phase of life without you in it. You know, not a lot of warmth in that. Your person's picking up, like, you know, with the, you know, sword energy here. Okay, what does this have to do with pile 3 and their connection? Okay, yeah, 2 of Cups in the reverse. That's not a union. That's not reconciliation. This is them moving on. Like, the next action they're going to take is to continue on this road, you know, and like that bridge is taking them away from you, okay? With burnout here and poor health, I really do feel like your person just, they're not taking care of themselves. See, and that this is coming from something within your person, like their own shadow, their own inner void, their own abandonment wounds if they have them. But there's something about your person neglecting, you know, they neglect themselves, and if they neglect themselves, they're not going to be able, they're neglectful in nature anyway. They neglect even themselves. They neglect their health. They neglect their finances. That's coming from an own inner void that they're needing to heal, right? They're very, yeah, and 5 of Cups are not happy about it. They're not happy about letting you just walk away, but they're really like, it's the best thing for us. It's the best thing for pile 3, and it's the best thing for me, you know, to let pile 3 go, because your person is very aware of what they have and don't have to give, and they understand that they don't have it in them. They don't have the capacity to give any more to this relationship than anything that is, like, you know, casual. They don't have it in them. Let's see. What are we looking at next? How are we doing on time here? Yeah, we're good. Okay. Oh, their thoughts and feelings. Now we're going to find out what they're actually thinking and feeling. Their true thoughts and feelings towards you, pile 3. Your true thoughts and feelings towards pile 3. Not for the foreseeable future, yeah. Your true thoughts and feelings towards pile 3. Tell pile 3 what you truly think and feel about him. How do you truly feel about pile 3? We got, I like you, but I love me more. Looking out for number 1. Your person is very much in survival mode, pile 3. Very much in survival mode. And anyone that is that deep in survival mode, I mean, they're barely able to provide for themselves, mentally, emotionally, physically, you know, whatever. Very much in survival mode. They're strictly sexual. Yeah, that's all they were able to give. That was it. The extent of it was, you know, and again, I want to keep reiterating that there were feelings there. It did grow to something more, but that was the capacity that your person was able to give. They can't give anything more than that. And honestly, what's coming through, what I'm hearing your person say, pile 3, was they kept it there. They kept it in a very strictly sexual situation because that was where your person knew they were able to fully satisfy you. I hope that makes sense. It's not that they didn't want anything more. You clearly did mean more to them than the sex. The other message on that card says more than just sex to me, but they kept it in a very strictly sexual capacity because that was the extent. They knew that they could satisfy you there. They knew that they could make you happy there. But they also knew, like, if I try to take this beyond something, you know, beyond something sexual, they knew they were going to let you down. That's why they didn't take it there. They kept it strictly sexual because they knew that that they could satisfy you there. They could make you happy there. Your person has a very, look, depression is kicking my ass. And then we also have I'm needed elsewhere. We'll find out what that's in relation to. I'm not picking up on a lot of really significant third-party energies here, pile 3. It was the right, yeah, it was the right thing to do, and then I moved on. So yeah, your person, you know, your person's allowing themselves and they're allowing you to go, you know, to move on. Not that they're really happy about it again. It's not like they're just living their life just happy without you. Your person is actually very depressed. I'm not saying that it's solely in relation to this, you know, to your connection with them, but they're not happy, right? They're very much in survival mode, and them staying away from you and allowing you to move on, they feel that's your person actually caring about you and showing their love for you, because they're allowing you to move on. Your person isn't using your feelings against you, pile 3. Like, your person is realizing, like, they could, you know, they could use your, if they, you know, if they didn't care about you, they definitely could use your feelings against you and keep you holding on by promising you something that they know they cannot give, but they're not doing that. This is them actually being very, what's that word? Yes, very realistic, but they're also being very responsible. This is their way of caring for you. They don't want to use your feelings against you because they do care about you. They genuinely do care about you. For some, well, I was going to say some, but many wanted to come out. For many of you, you know, these feelings did develop into love. Your person really did and does love you. And so that's why they're allowing you your space. They're honoring and respecting the boundaries that you put up. And they're allowing you the space that you need to heal and move on, because they are realizing, you know, they're not going to be able to give you what you want, because they don't have the capacity to. That's just like asking somebody that doesn't have $1 million to give you $1 million. You can have people fake you out all day and draw it out, right, until you finally realize, oh, you never had it to begin with. Your person's being very honest. I don't have $1 million, so, you know, if that's what you need in order to be happy, because I love you and I care about you, I'm going to let you go so that, you know, you can heal and move on from me and eventually maybe find the person that has it. You know, and I will say there's some energies coming through where your person's thinking, you know, like maybe at some point in time after they've healed or they figured out their stuff, that maybe they can, you know, have that to give to you someday. But they're just being very honest. What do they call that? There's a word for it, where somebody is being very honest and upfront about, you know, what they have to give, and they're not playing games, right? I can't think of that word right now. What's unneeded elsewhere? Tell me more about unneeded elsewhere. The world in reverse. What's unneeded elsewhere? Ooh, tying up loose ends, but with the 3 of Swords. Yeah, this is carrying energies of your person needing to tie up loose ends anyway. Like, you know, maybe something about this connection may have been unexpected. They weren't expecting to develop feelings for you. But there's definitely some kind of an open cycle that they're needing to close out. There's some kind of unfinished business, and it may have to do with something that has caused them heartache and pain. This could just be them needing to heal. They're needed elsewhere in terms of, I'm needed elsewhere when it comes to healing, right? Because this is an open wound for them with the world in reverse and then the 3 of Swords. This is definitely an open wound. This may be where all of their energy is leaking from. This is why they don't have they don't have it to give to themselves, and therefore they definitely don't have it to give to you. They realize they're not showing up as a healed version of themselves. They're not showing up as a whole, you know, version of themselves, and that's where they're needed. Anything else to add from needed elsewhere? They're trying to find their happiness, their own, they're trying to find their own sense of happiness, their own sense of joy. 4 of Wands, yeah. I'm not really picking up that this is in connection to one specific person in general. For some of you, you're going to know, I guess, if that's the case, but this feels like a lot of inner work your person is needing to do. Your person's being very self-aware. they're realizing they're needing to figure their own mess out. They're needing to figure something out. What's the world in reverse? What's this unopened? Tell me more about this cycle, the world in reverse. And the Three of Swords. Tell me more about the world in reverse and the Three of Swords. What is that? This is something, yeah. That it's a wound that was opened in childhood, okay? That's what it is. They're needed elsewhere in terms of healing. They got some inner work healing, or inner child healing that they're needing to do. Their inner child needs them. That's what that means. I'm needed elsewhere. Their inner child needs them in terms of like healing, okay? I needed to suss that out. Let's see. It was the right thing to do. We discussed that. I moved on. Yeah, they're allowing themselves to move on. They're not, again, they're not very happy about it, okay? But it is what it is. The most likeliest of outcomes. Tell me about the most likeliest of outcomes. We got karmic relationship in the reverse. What's the most likeliest of outcomes for this connection? That's very good. Like in terms of like the most likeliest of outcomes, you know, learning the lessons that needed to be learned. If there was any kind of a soul tie to this person or a karmic tie that's broken, or it's going to be broken, that karmic contract, if there, you know, is fulfilled. So, you know, it's not like another lesson that you're going to have to learn again or going to have to repeat. There we go. Love call in paradise. Wow. So, you know what? I mean, the most likeliest of outcomes here, because you guys are, you know, focusing, both of you guys have withdrawn your energy and you are focusing on yourselves and you're doing your healing individually. The indications are here, pile 3. It may very well be that the two of you could very well meet up at some point later on in the future, and it could be a very beautiful connection. But something about this the karmic lesson needed to be learned. The karmic contract part of your guys' connection needed to be learned, needed to be fulfilled so that it could be broken. I will clarify what camera is here. Oh, yeah, learning from the past. Learning from the past. That's it. Okay? And so learning from your mistakes, past mistakes, right? You drawing that boundary in the sand and you like, okay, because I feel like up until that point you may have been, okay. Wow, okay. So pile 3, good news. Whatever led you to the decision to draw that line in the sand with your person and be like, I'm holding this boundary and I'm sticking to it. And if that means that you and I are not going to be together, then we're not going to be together, right? That right there is in your continuation to hold that boundary in favor of yourself and for your own healing and you realizing your worth and you holding true to what you want to experience fulfills that karmic contract with your person that was holding you in that very, what's that called? Casual situationship container, right? And so, you know, we'll find out maybe like when this is going to happen, but we got love call here in paradise. Okay. So I feel like this is coming after a period of self-reflection. So like you indulging in self-care and just loving yourself and, you know, being all about yourself and in a good way, right? In a healthy way. There's going to be, it feels like some kind of a reunion. A relationship wanted to come out, and so an actual relationship could come out of this. One that's going to be very, you know, very fulfilling for both of you here with paradise. This is happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. Love call says someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. This is your person, you know, reaching out to you at some point later on down the line, you know, maybe just throwing that net out there when your person feels like they now have the capacity and the ability to, you know, be an equal, loving, committed partner to you in your life. Your person knows that at this point in time they're not. At where they're at right now, they know they're not a viable option for you in terms of a life partner. But you drawing that line in the sand and that boundary and sticking to it shifts the dynamic and the energies for you and your person, you know, to create that for yourselves at some point on down the line, okay? Because this is the most likeliest of outcomes for this connection. There might be a space in between where the two of you are not together, you're living your own separate lives, you know, this, that, and the other. But congratulations, pile 3, you learning your lesson and sticking to it and standing up for yourself and what you want and staying true to yourself and what you want shifts the dynamics in this connection where you're actually going to be able to get from them what you've been wanting all along. But your person had to become that person first because they weren't, right? And I still feel like they're in that transitional period now. That bridging the gap, I feel like that's what that is now that I'm thinking back to it. They're in that transitionary period of becoming the person that you need and want them to be a reliable, viable option for you in terms of a life partner. So there are heavy energies here on reunion at some point in time, but your person has to become that emperor to your empress, or that empress to your emperor. I hope that makes sense. Now what we're going to do is get direct messages from them to you. So while I'm getting this out, if this resonated, if it provided you any kind of clarity, closure, whatever it was you wanted or needed in regards to this connection, definitely make sure you're smashing the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know what pile you picked. Let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family by hitting the subscribe button along with the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. Yeah, so here, their messages to you so far, pile 3, is I wonder how you feel. And they're also recognizing the timing just wasn't right for us. That's exactly what was going on and is still going on right now with your person. It's not that they don't want something more with you. Your person is being very realistic about their capabilities. They realize they can't give more to you. They want to, but they can't, right? Messages to pile 3, please. They're still learning. Okay, because we got, I am grateful for the spiritual lesson, but that came out in the reverse. So that's giving me energies that your person, and I'll clarify that. There's still, that may be something that your person is needing to be on. Your person may not be on any kind of a spiritual path right now, so they may not be seeing any of the spiritual lessons for it. I want to tell you how I feel. Oh, look, so here they're letting you know, I wonder how you feel, pile 3, because they want to tell you how they feel, okay? I'm going to pull a couple more, but I am looking at I hide my feelings at the back of the deck. We picked up on that in the very beginning of the reading where your person, the feelings are there and they're not sharing them. That's been your experience and their experience of, you know, this connection up until this point, them not expressing what they're feeling and them not showing you all the cards and putting their cards on the table like you have, right? They're wanting to shift that. They don't want to be like that anymore. And your person is, I believe they're understanding there's something fundamental about them. There's some kind of a core wounding that's going on with them that makes them only feel comfortable with their feelings as long as they're hiding them close to the vest. Your person doesn't have a problem feeling their feelings, okay? They feel comfortable with their feelings. They don't feel comfortable expressing and showing their feelings. There's a distinct difference. Your person is wanting to like change that and shift out of that though. Because they're literally telling you, I want to tell you how I feel. With the, I hide my feelings at the back of the deck, and this has not come out though, but it is showing itself to me. Lets me know your person's wanting to come out of this energy where they don't feel comfortable sharing their feelings. They're realizing that this may have been, you know, something like a point of contention in the connection with you. Give me 2 more. Oh, and this wanted to come out in reverse. Okay. Again, so this is I can be myself with you, but it's showing up in the reverse. Your person has a very hard time with being vulnerable with people, just in general. Okay, that's more of the heavy on the dismissive avoidant. If you're not familiar with dismissive avoidant attachment, go look it up. Look, and then it says, I saved your text. I saved your text and messages. Your person refers, and then at the back of the deck it says, I'm so attracted to you. They are. They're very magnetized towards you. They're very attracted to you. And they don't feel very comfortable with those kinds of feelings. Your person doesn't feel comfortable in very close-knit relationships. They don't feel very comfortable in any kind of a relationship where there's any kind of a real close bond or connection, because your person doesn't feel comfortable losing a sense of control. And there is, you know, when it comes to bonds and connections, you know, there's a tightness there. And your person does not feel comfortable in that space because, you know, what if you were to leave? They don't want to feel attached to you, because once they feel attached to you, if you leave them, if you abandon them, then that's like, you know, there's a thing about control here. And you know, your person could be like, when they get super attached to somebody and they be they're being very real with themselves about this. Your person, for some of you, could be very jealous, could be that very controlling type, you know, and they don't want to be like that with you. Or they just don't want to be like that at all. Your person may have just resigned themselves to, like, you know, a life of like bachelorhood, or a life of bachelorettehood, or singlehood, or however you want to call it, right? Because your person is being very real with themselves in terms of, you know, their viability in the terms of a close-knit romantic relationship. Let's see. Tell me what's going on here real quick with I'm grateful for the spiritual lessons. Why is that in reverse? Tell me more about that being in the reverse. Your person may not believe in karma. Yeah, karma, justice in the reverse. They don't believe, your person, this is just them saying like they don't, you know, they don't believe in a lot of that. Your person may not believe in a higher power or spiritual things or anything of that nature. And that may be like a point of contention between the two of you. They may not believe in karma. They may not believe in spiritual lessons. You know, and maybe that's coming through as like their direct messages to you, because they know that you do. They know that you do believe in a higher power, you do believe in the universe, or you do believe in manifestation, or you do believe in stuff like that. It's like there's something very fundamental about something that you believe that they don't. Okay, and so that's just kind of them reiterating to you, like that might be a point of contention between the two of you. You've got very different beliefs when it comes to things of a spiritual nature. Your person just may not buy into it at all. Okay. Let's see. So it's not that they're not grateful for the spiritual lessons. They don't believe in spiritual lessons. They don't believe in karma. They don't believe in any of that. You know, and they're bringing that up because because you do, right? And that could be a very fundamental core difference in your guys' values. Plotting. Let's see. They're stepping up their game to get your attention because they know you have plenty of other options. Give me two more. Your messages to pile 3, and then we'll close out the reading. Passion ignited. This says their intense sexual desire towards you is making it hard for them to know the difference between lust and love. They second guess themselves a lot. Again, remember with that energy, with that strictly sexual, your person knows, right? They love making you happy, pile 3, okay? And there's something about their confidence and self-esteem levels about making you happy in everyday life, so they don't even try. But they know, it's like, if we could just keep it sexual, things would be awesome. Like, you know, and just keep it there. Because, you know, your person is acknowledging the two of you have a very, very strong sexual chemistry. Give me one more. Your messages to pile 3. You know, their feelings for you do extend past that. But the reason why they're hyper focusing on it is because that's the only place they know 100% for sure. They are absolutely certain, pile 3, that, you know, that they can make you happy there. They know that. They just, you know, there's something about that, something about pleasing you and not wanting to disappoint you and not wanting to let you down. And in the area of like the sexual arena, that's the only place they know that they'll 100% be able to, you know, meet your expectations all the time. Your person knows that you're happy with them sexually. They just, you know, that you're satisfied with them sexually. You're satisfied with that sexual connection, but they don't know that you will be satisfied in any other area of life with them. Give me one more. Your message, your last message to pile 3, please. Family tree, but it's wanting to show up in the reverse. And then we got broken at the back of the deck. So broken at the back of the deck says they feel broken inside and don't feel stable enough to trust themselves with your heart at this time. Yes, but it also says be patient. Your person is being very self-aware, okay? Very self-aware of their shortcomings, of their capabilities, you know. Family tree, let's see, in the upright position, it says there's cultural differences, different values. Okay, this is them telling you that, yeah, they know that you guys have this fundamental difference in core beliefs and stuff, but that's not what's keeping them away from you. That's not why they're not with you. It has nothing to do with that. They could live with that easily. That doesn't bother them. The fact that you believe in spiritual things and they don't, that doesn't bother them. That doesn't take away from your attraction to them. They don't think you're stupid for that. That has no bearing whatsoever on them wanting or not wanting to be with you. It has nothing to do with that. You know, and in fact, your person may actually find some. They're actually what's coming through is they're very amused. You know, they find it very amusing, even though they don't believe in some of this stuff. You know, they still might find it fascinating. You know, it's interesting. But that's coming through specifically because your person wants to reiterate that, yeah, you know, they don't believe in karma necessarily. They don't believe in a lot of spiritual things. They don't believe in a lot of the things that you do, right? Whatever that cultural or spiritual difference or religious difference may be, your person's coming through and letting you know, pile 3, has nothing to do with why, they're not with you at all. Like, you know, it's your person's own ability to make you happy that they're having a problem with. They don't think they can at this point in time. And it is stemming from this right here where it says broken. They're feeling broken inside and they don't feel stable enough to trust themselves with your heart at this time. This is it, right? But at the bottom, underneath that, it talks about taming the beast. Your person is in the process right now, I feel, trying to figure out how to reach that point where they, you know, where they can stabilize themselves mentally, emotionally, physically, because of that poor health came up, right? Poor health and that just that energy of them neglecting themselves or really needing to stabilize and ground their own energy. You know, and in your absence, they're trying to figure out how to do that. And you know, with the outcome being what it was about you guys coming back together, them expressing their love to you and actually doing that, right? Shows that they at some point they figure it out, or they're figuring it out as we speak. But I do feel like some time is going to pass. Let's find out what timing is going to be. Because I do feel like there's going to be a space and time. You guys are probably going to be in separation. Let's see. Show me some timing. When is pile 3 gonna get this expression of love or this love call or love notice from who? It could be quicker than you think. Maybe. Okay, so we got the number 12, and I say that because Gemini energy is what's showing up, and Gemini energy is not Gemini energy, but air energy is the fastest moving element of all 4 elements, all of them. Okay, it translates into like days. Okay, days. All right, but I'm seeing a span of time, and so maybe this is including the time apart that you guys have spent. Okay, so let me put it this way: we got the number 12, and then air energy, Gemini energy. And so that could be, you know, 12 days is when you might be able to hear from this person again. For those of you where you may have already spent a length of time away from this person, but the time apart, I'm hearing, is going to total 6 months to a year. Okay. So for those of you where, you know, you've already been apart from this person for 6 months to a year, you're going to be hearing from this person very soon. For those of you that have not, you know, it's going to be like 6 months to a year. We'll just put it that way. More specifically, let's see, Pisces season is coming up. In terms of this energy here, this reading, so you could hear from this person in the next Pisces season, in the next Gemini season. Yeah, okay. So as far as timing goes, but I am seeing a span of time, and it's lengthy. It's going to feel lengthy to you that you haven't heard from this person, anywhere from 6 months to a year. Okay, but it's not necessarily 6 months to a year starting at the time you're watching this video. It's 6 months to a year in terms of how long it's been since you haven't heard from them total. Okay, I hope that makes sense. All right, you guys, we're going to end your reading there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love reading. Bye, guys.